What's going on, guys? Good afternoon. Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. Pre-season begins right now. We are here. Pre-season. Manchester United versus Leeds United in Oslo in Norway. Pre-season starts right now. Here we go. Oh, I can't do it that early. I'll get in trouble from the YouTube gods. But we're not going to be relying on the YouTube gods today. We're going to be relying on the footballing gods. Not really best segue. It doesn't matter. We've got pre-season underway. We're going to be guiding you through the entirety of pre-season here in pre-season match view Panenka Studios. It's not the real Panenka Studios. That's for Match Day Reloaded. But they'll be coming back. Don't you worry. The season ahead, Match Day Reloaded will be coming back. We're here in the pre-season what? It's got to have a bit of a name, hasn't it? It's got to have a bit of a name. You know me, the virtual studios need to have their own name. Panenka Studios is for Match Day Reloaded. This place has got to be something else. I'm just trying to think of what it could be. I'm sure you'll let me know in the live chat, in the comment section below. So be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner if you haven't already. You can see we've got the subscriber count back as well. Top right hand corner, 144k, 110. Let's get the numbers up. Let's get the numbers up as we dust off the cobwebs and get into pre-season. Yes, you can see the team is right there. I think it will disappear. There to my, to actually my right on the screen, or to actually in real life my left, you can see the team right there. A bit of an interesting mix for our first pre-season lineup in Oslo, in Norway. And guess what, guys? Yeah, we're raising the technology. Raising the technology here at United View. Look at this. I can do that. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. I can do that, yeah? So we can bring people in, we can change the lineups, we can talk about tactics. The movement is possible here in... Oh, it's got to have a name, but you can let me know, I'm sure. So the team news is as follows. We do have an unofficial debut for Manchester United's number 7 in Mason Mount, but we'll go through the entirety of the team lineup. In goal, as expected, Tom Heaton starts between the sticks because no Dean Henderson. He's been left out of the squad seemingly to secure a move to Nottingham Forest. No David De Gea because he's no longer a Manchester United player. His contract has expired and he has left. He has moved on to pastures new. So Tom Heaton's in goal for now until Andre Onana completes his move from Inter Milan. Still no update about that today, it must be said. Even though they said today and Thursday were the critical days for the move. So we're still waiting on that one. We'll have to wait and see. But Heaton's in goal today. In terms of the back four... Pretty strong back four with an interesting inclusion at left back. Alvaro Fernandez, who did have a very good season actually, hashtag the lone view, had a very good season at Preston North End last year. He starts at left back. You've got the centre back pairing that we're probably going to see throughout the entirety of the season. Lisandro Martinez, the butcher of Manchester, is in Oslo. He's back playing for the first time since he limped off against Sevilla in the Europa League quarter-final first leg at Old Trafford. In the closing moments, nearly derailed our season, but the butcher is back. Partnering him is Rafael Varane at centre-back, who also captains the side today too. Varane with the captain's armband, and number 19, Rafael Varane, not number 4. Rafael Varane is number 19. At right-back, we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wanby is there. Now, this is where things get really, really interesting, actually. So, midfield. I believe, and the way that Manchester United have laid it out in terms of their online reporting, not on the actual Twitter page because they do it in numerical order and it's the biggest pain, but on their actual website, they've listed the midfield, I would assume, as Hannibal and Kobbie Mainoo. So really excited to see Kobbie Mainoo start. Of course, Hannibal's been linked to moves to the likes of Borussia Dortmund, so how long he's going to remain a Manchester United player, we'll have to wait and see, but really excited to see Kobbie Mainoo start. In front of them, Amad Diallo starting on the right-hand side. Very excited to see Amad today. And I'm hoping, I said it during this morning's transfer view in the morning, merged them together. I was really excited to see Amad because I think that whilst the expectation is he's probably going to go out on loan, most likely he's going to go out on loan again. To who? Atalanta's been rumoured, maybe a Premier League club, who knows. I do think there's a possibility if he has a strong pre-season, anything's possible. He might rival Anthony on the right-hand side. So really excited to see Amad today. Mason Mount, it's quite interesting to know where he's going to play. There's a bit of an assumption. I guess he's going to play number 10, or he might actually be quite deeper. We might have more a 4-3-3 as opposed to a 4-2-3-1. So Mount might drop a little bit like that. Yeah. Oh, I I can move the people around. So we'll have to wait and see when it comes to that. It might be more of a 4-3-3 as opposed to a 4-2-3-1. And on the left-hand side, seemingly it's going to be Jadon Sancho. And up front, Amari Forson starts. Now, it just goes to show the sheer lack of a recognised number 9 that we have at Manchester United at the moment. We've only got Anthony Martial on the books, really. That's a senior starting number 9. You can say Rashford, but his primary position is off the left-hand side. So I'll actually only recognise senior number 9 as Anthony Martial, and he's injured. He's injured. So it's going to be Amari Forson, and it just, again, highlights the need for the number 9 that we've got today. As for the bench, you've got Kovar, Bishop, Bennett, Fish, Jurado, Williams, Collier, Gore, Hansen, Aaron, Oyedele, Savage, Shoretere, Emran, and Hugill all on the bench as well. So it's... The majority are younger players, are players that most likely are either going to be out on loan, on the periphery, or maybe never start ever for Manchester United, sprinkled in with a few senior players, the likes of Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, etc. So they're all there as well. So let me know your thoughts on the lineup. Let me know your thoughts in terms of predictions as well. We can get your comments up on the screen as per usual too. What are you guys saying here? Ahmad, big up Sheikh Ahmad, says, Maino looks jacked. The boy is eating his spinach. Certainly there's been a bit of a physical development from the Manchester United youngster over the summer, hasn't there? And there have been some people, a couple of people were saying it to me on the transfer view the other day, saying, could Kobbie Mainoo have a part to play this season? I say probably not. Probably not, but there's no doubt that Erik ten Hag likes him. There's no doubt that Erik ten Hag is a fan. The image that really stands out to me when it comes to Ten Hag and Kobbie Mainoo was after we won the Carabao Cup. There was that video that kind of went a bit viral, didn't it? Of Ten Hag sort of putting his arm around Kobbie and pointing to the crowd and sort of saying, This is what it's all about. This is what you can be if you're a Manchester United player. It's about winning trophies, these kind of moments. You're just in the real genesis, early stages of your career, and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. This is what you should strive for, moments like this. So, again, I think for a couple of players, certainly, look, the majority of the youngsters that are involved in this pre-season, as I mentioned, won't play for Man United this season. They'll go out on loan, and some of them might even never make senior appearances for Manchester United in actual proper first-team footballing competitions. So, football, as I always say, is about timing. So it's about taking your opportunities. It's about trying to, if you've got a little gap in the door, kick the door open. You never know what can happen. And that's for people, as I mentioned, people like Ahmad as well. People like Ahmad that, again, the expectation is he'll go out on loan, but you never know. Again, I think it's interesting how strong the back four is, minus Fernandes, but there's an argument to be made. You put Luke Shaw instead of Fernandes, and that might be the back four that starts the season. Of course, I know Diogo Dalot signed, a 6-year contract, so Dalot could replace Wan-Bissaka, but Wan-Bissaka, for me, certainly towards the end of last season, was really the starting right back. He was the one that you wanted. I certainly wanted in those big games because of his defensive ability. So a really strong back four, and again, a strong team that, again, we're going to see a lot of rotation, and we can't get carried away either way when it comes to pre-season stuff. I know people do. I know, for instance, if we lost today against Leeds 3-0, there would be, oh my God, what is going on? The sky's falling. This is terrible, blah, blah, blah. If we win 5-6-0 at the same time, it's like, great, but it doesn't really count for anything. We had an excellent pre-season last season. We lost our first 2 games. Under Louis van Gaal, we won pretty much every game of his first pre-season. We lost the first game of the season. So it's not really a massive indicator of where the season is going to go. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you can go into the beginning of the season with a lot of momentum. But the point being is the main focus of pre-season is to get minutes in the legs, build up stamina, build up match fitness, try different things, try and gel people together, give youngsters opportunities as well to see if they've got a part to play this season, and then kind of go from there as well. John James says, depends if Leeds play their first team. I did have some Leeds team news that I've just lost, but I'll give you Leeds' team news in a second. Also, by the way, guys, as a bit of a sort of admin-y kind of job, as I mentioned, this will be your home. This studios, whatever it's going to be, will be your home for pre-season. Of course, after today and next Wednesday, a week today, Manchester United play Lyon in Edinburgh. After that, we've got the pre-season tour of the United States, and over here in the UK, that means some of those games are ungodly hours, whether it's 1:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and who's better prepped? Who's better prepped than to do those late night match view streams with two thumbs? This guy right here is, because that is the wrestling streamer's lifestyle if you live here in the UK. So we're all ready for it. So be sure to join me here. It's going to be a lot of fun, and pre-season's a bit sort of lighter as well. We're watching football, but we can have a bit of fun. Half-time we'll play either or. You know, or play some games when you say this or this. So, for instance, you could say skips or quavers, and I'd be like, oh, that's a difficult one. I'm gonna go with skips. You know, and then you go, oh, what about quavers or whatsits? And I'll go, oh, that's a really difficult one. Prawn cocktail whatsits, though, absolutely tremendous too. So there's lots of different fun things that we can do in pre-season. So it's going to be awesome. Super chat already in from, you guessed it, my style advisor says, hi Owen. Hi Owen, style advisor. I dropped a link on one of your tweets, some new soundboard ideas. Big up UV fam, and drop an early like. Owen, you're the best at watch longs. Well, that's very much appreciated from my style advisor, who is not me. I will check out that link that you sent across for some new sounds. That's something I didn't do. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Last night, I got some new sounds, and I haven't put it on my soundboard. That's what it was. I got some new exciting sounds. I thought pre-season, I'm going to get some new sounds in, and I forgot. But I do actually have them. Oh, that is annoying. Because it's right there, but I don't really want to do it right now as well. So, there. Ahmad says, be honest, Owen, you're allergic to sunlight. That is just a salacious rumor. I can't believe you would say such a horrible thing.
Accusations! These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
how dare you? How dare you, Ahmad? Just, you know, just very pale. Just don't really go, you know, outside that much. Anton says, like the video if you want United to win. That's a rumor that I've heard. I've heard that the more likes we get on this match view stream, the higher likelihood that Manchester United actually win this match. I mean, it's just a rumour. It's just a rumour. I don't know if that's actually true, but it's just a rumour as well. Gavin Doyle says Dracula settings.
fucking reckless! That's fucking reckless! Fuck!
I mean, just how very rude. Very rude, Gavin. I don't like your tone, my friend. Big up Rich. Rich is in the chat. Was awesome seeing Rich at the end of season / beginning of pre-season celebration the other day. That was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, there's pictures on all of our social medias, which you can see actually, bottom right-hand corner there. United View TV on everything, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook. There's a million of them nowadays, but you can follow us all on there. As well as if you go to the community tab, you actually see a picture of us at the event there. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, the team is well and truly teaming. It's the best team. I know that's cliche, but just full of great people. I really enjoyed myself. It was awesome. But Rich says, now won't need energy drinks. Owen will keep us awake. Plus, I'll just play Final Fantasy 16 while watching the games and the streams. Wow, Rich has got a plan. That's what I like about Rich. He's always thinking ahead. You know, he always
believes.
That's what we've got to do in pre-season. We've just got to
believe.
And hopefully there won't be too many moments that are like, I mean, maybe once Andre Onana comes in, there might be a couple of those sort of initial games where we're getting used to Andre Onana, where he's going past Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back, and Wan-Bissaka's looking around going, so that's going to be a lot of fun. The important thing, though, is that
it could have been killed.
You have to be very careful. Very, very careful.
It could have been killed.
I told Flex the other day when that's Sir Alex Ferguson, by the way, but really? Really? I went, yes, Sir Alex. That's when Ashley Williams kicked the ball at Robin Van Persie's head, wasn't it? Kicked it towards the head. Afterwards, he was like,
it could have been killed.
You know? So, what game, actually? Obviously, there you can see the ticker at the bottom of the screen. It's given us all of our pre-season fixtures. You can see the ones obviously in America, as well as the ones after the tour, before the tour. what one pre-season fixture are you looking forward to the most? Is there one in particular? Is there a team that stands out? Is there a match in particular? Is there a location in particular? You might be going to one of the games on the pre-season tour. So which one in particular are you looking forward to? Let me know. We'll get your comments up on the screen. It's currently 3:45 p.m. at British Summer Time here in the UK, which means we're 15 minutes away from kickoff. Kickoff's at 4 o'clock, as I said earlier on as well. Team news is on the right-hand side there. I'm not looking forward to half-time because when Eric makes 11 changes, I've then got to move all of these players around, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to need your help when that happens. Let's see what you're saying in terms of the matches you're looking forward to the most. George says has to be Madrid. Paris says Real Madrid. Dan says, oh, I like this one. Wan-Bissaka versus Vinny. That is going to be quite exciting, isn't it? Vinicius Jr. versus Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Who wins that duel? I mean, let's put a poll in the chat. This is what I like about preseason as well. It's very loose. Who wins the duel of the right-hand side? Wan-Bissaka or Vinny Jr.? Poll is in the chat. Poll is in the chat for that one. That's going to be actually fascinating to see, isn't it? I'm really excited for that. What else are people looking forward to? Lil Yo says Owen purchased the meme Duolingo and is now more than proficient. Well, I'm like KG. KG learns Spanish. I just speak in memes. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah!
And you don't want it to be criminal. That's dangerous. That thing is dangerous because I can live on that thing all day. And I've got different collections. Obviously, I've got my UV collection, but I've also got my wrestling collection as well. So if I'm getting annoyed with a certain player moaning, I can just be like, shut up! Shut up! Do all that kind of stuff as well. So it's excellent. Who else? Lil Yo says Wrexham. Lil Yo's looking forward to Wrexham for the Ben Foster videos. Of course, Ben Foster facing his former club. I wonder if they're going to try and recreate the Ryan Reynolds and Sir Alex Ferguson. Well, it was Ryan Reynolds and Rob. How do you say his last name? McElhenney? Is that how you say it? That thing that they did with Sir Alex Ferguson. That was a fun advert, wasn't it? And I've also seen... And Josh, if you're watching this now, because I know sometimes when we start the match views, you watch them just to check everything's okay. I'm telling you now, Josh, turn off because I'm going to talk about Deadpool for like 5 minutes. So come back just before kickoff if you are watching this. And just anyone, actually, if you don't want to be spoiled about Deadpool, go away. Basically. I saw some pictures the other day, and I won't say what they were just in case people have decided to stay, but I'm really excited about that film. Deadpool 3. Obviously, we know Hugh Jackman's going to play Wolverine. Awesome. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away, and I know those in the chat will do their very best as well. Really excited. I'm really excited for that. And it's going to be crazy. And it wasn't just the pictures that made me excited about that. It was also some other news that came out the other day about it. And I was like, whoa. Very, very excited. I was like, ooh. It can work different ways, the ooh, can't it? That's more of an ooh as if to say, whoa, that's nice. You can have an ooh that you're quite worried. Ooh. You can have an angry ooh. It can work different ways. So, yes, I was very excited about that. And if you have missed that news, go and find it on social media if you want to find it. I'm not going to spoil it here. We're not in the territory of spoilers. I don't want to be doing that. Sting, the wrestler or the singer, or someone else, says, Owen, can we have a Flex and KG live from Oslo? Probably not possible, a live one, because... I think they're going to be there and back very, very quickly. But the trio is there of Flex, KG, and Just Josh Media, Graphics Guru, Visual Ninja, is there. So we're going to be getting some reaction from them, I guess, inside the stadium, outside the stadium. I'm not sure what they're thinking in terms of weather right now because it's been absolutely chucking it down in Oslo from what I've seen in the last few hours. Apparently it's been nice there for the last few days and suddenly Manchester United show up and it starts raining. They're bringing that Manchester weather, over with them to Norway. So That's actually will probably help the players in terms of the pre-season fixtures. I mean, sometimes these tours are based in sort of commercial elements to make money. You know, big American market, and they go to or Asia. You want to hit the Asian market, or Australia is a big international market in terms of commercial properties to hit. But sometimes they go to Asia to play in the humidity, or sometimes they go into like the Middle East to play in the humidity as well to really build up that fitness. A bit of warm weather training, warm weather. I keep thinking about the Jesse Lingard clip. The weather. the weather. Yeah, sometimes it's about the weather as well. But today it's raining there, so I'm not sure they'll struggle too much when it comes to the weather, the heat, or the humidity, or anything like that. And also, I know because the following of Manchester United in Norway is massive. I think they were saying it's one of the largest sort of supporters clubs around, I think, in the world, for Manchester United fans in particular. There's obviously, because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ronny Johnsen, there's like a huge, Norwegian base of United fans. So they're absolutely crazy for United. They went there last year, didn't they? Because it's, again, just so popular there. So if you are from Norway, I think Tabeslaw is from Norway in the chat, one of our mods, long-time members as well. But if you are from Norway, let us know in the chat as well, because as I mentioned, I know there's a huge United following, and I think sometimes as United fans based here in the UK or in England, we forget about that, and we shouldn't. Like Manchester United, genuinely, it's a global juggernaut. I mean, truly it is. You go anywhere in the world, they sell out stadiums. We're going to see this, and everywhere they go across this pre-season tour. Oslo, Edinburgh, Dublin, every pretty much state they touch in America, whether it's Las Vegas, or Nevada, or Texas, or California, or New York, wherever they go, they will sell out. They're just that big. So, yes, I'm very, very, very excited for that. If you are just joining us, once again, you have just joined us. We are about 8 minutes away from kickoff. Once again, the team you can see on the right-hand side there in the picture. But just for clarification, it's Tom Heaton in goal, Alvaro Fernandez at left-back, Lisandro Martinez partners Rafael Varane in the centre-back positions. Varane captaining the side, number 19, Rafael Varane. Right-back, we've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So a strong back four in front of them. We think Kobbie Mainoo and Hannibal. I guess maybe it's going to be a 4-2-3-1, could be a 4-3-3. Maybe Mason Mount will be a bit deeper. But in front of them, if indeed it is a 4-2-3-1, we've got Amad Diallo seemingly on the right-hand side. Mason Mount in the 10 maybe, or might drop deeper to a 4-3-3. So you've got, again, sort of 2 8s and maybe a 6. I'm not sure who the 6 would be out of Kobbie Mainoo and Hannibal, though, because they're both fairly advanced. Maybe Hannibal would be a bit deeper. Jadon Sancho on the left-hand side and Amari Forson up front. Big opportunity for him. And the bench, once again, is Kovar, Bishop, Bennett, Fish, Gerardo, Williams, Collier, Gore, Hansen, Aaron, Oyedele, Savage, Shoretire, Emran, and Hugo makes up the bench for Manchester United today. Whether or not all of them will get on, possibly, maybe, but we'll have to wait and see about that. As I mentioned, kickoff is about 7 minutes away in Oslo, the first pre-season game. Now, what players as well? People are saying 4-3-3. Kobbie Mainoo as the lone 6. Is that what they're saying? Wow. Let's change that then. Yeah, shall we move these a bit up? Let's move these out a bit. Are we saying Kobbie Mainoo is the lone 6? Is that what we're saying? They're saying Mainoo is the 6, so let's move that there. Let's move Mason Mount there. Move him up a bit. Move him up a bit. We're saying a bit of that. Oh, damn it. There you go. That's what we're saying. Look at that. The technology. Oh. Incroyable. Incroyable. And Sting says, smash a like on the like button. It's free. It's free. Lil Yo-Yo with the super chat says, Owen, you need the Neville. Ooh, you need the Neville. I can't even go that high. For the Torres ooh, the high pitch one, yes. I do need that one as well. But it involves like Chelsea. It's not like a United moment, I suppose, is it? So I'm a bit like, but the sound is the sound, isn't it? I guess that's the most important thing as well. Rich says, hoping Kobbie Mainoo can have a breakthrough because it would be good to have a homegrown defensive midfielder to cover Casemiro. Going to be hard for him, though, this season in that position. Not as exciting as a forward. Suleiman says, big up Owen. Big up Suleiman as well. Again, what what are you guys thinking when it comes to players you're looking forward to, or players you're hoping have a bit of a standout preseason? Obviously, actually, it doesn't actually matter. I was going to say youngsters, but just in general, who are you looking towards to say, okay, they're going to have a big preseason, or I need them to have a big preseason? Let me know the players you're looking forward to seeing and why, and which players need that big preseason and why. So it can be a youngster to stand out. It could be a really senior player to say, you need to show us something or you're going to be out of Manchester United. Who are you looking for? JB says Ahmad. A lot of people saying Ahmad in the chat, in fairness. Chris Day says Cobby and Ahmad. Carnivore says especially Ahmad and Mason Mount. Yeah, it's going to be actually really interesting. We haven't really spoken too much about Mason Mount, have we? I think, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he really fits into this side. I mean, we can't really get a good inclination, really, I think, of where Erik ten Hag will want to play him moving forward based on what we see today, because it is a bit of a mishmash of players. Once we get those international players back, they're going to be back on... is it tomorrow they're back in at Carrington, or it might be Friday? Point being is, I think next Wednesday, when we have that that game in Edinburgh against Lyon, we're going to have more international players back at that point, and that's going to be really interesting to see where Eric puts who where as well. Lamar says Sancho all day. Darren, one of our members, been a member I think for 12 months with that badge, says Sancho and Ahmad. Minna, big up Minna in the chat, saying Hannibal for me. Want to see how he's worked on his temperament and physicality out on loan. Well, Hannibal scored one of the goals of the season, didn't he, in the Championship last year? That free kick he took for Birmingham City was absolutely tremendous. As I mentioned, he has been linked with a move away, though, to Borussia Dortmund. So maybe this might be one of the sort of last game he plays for Manchester United, maybe. Or maybe he'll be involved in the tour in its entirety. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Hannibal. A bit of actual United news, transfer news of a player that used to play for United. Taif Chong is about to secure a £4 million move to Luton from Birmingham, and Manchester United have a 25% salon clause, according to Laurie Whitwell. So we are going to get some money from Chongy, as Ollie would say. So a bit of an interesting update when it comes to him. He's going to be playing in the Premier League. Although, I mean, this might be famous last words, but I just really don't think that Luton are going to do all that much in the Premier League. I mean, they don't have a lot of money. I think they're going to struggle. The only thing they can leverage is that it's just going to be awful going to their stadium, and they've just got to make it really, really difficult. So I'm interested to see what happens with Luton. I think it's always interesting to see those sort of... I mean, the thing is with Luton, technically they're not a small team. They've been around a long time, you know what I mean? And they were, in the past, a bigger team. But they've just got to leverage that. It's going to be difficult going there, but it's kind of crazy. And also as well, 4 million for Taif Chong from the Championship. So when people say, oh, this player from United is only going to go for 5 million. This morning, when they were talking about Anthony Elanga, we'll be lucky if we get 5. Taif Chong went from Birmingham to Luton for 4 million. I think that says a lot as well. Anyway, the players are just coming out onto the pitch in Oslo. So I've got to make sure that I'm all prepared and ready. $33 days to go until the Premier League season kicks off. The first of 8 friendlies today. 8. Erik ten Hag has a very, very long pre-season fixture list. He wants as many games as humanly possible, I think, does Eric. Of course, we kick off that first Premier League game against Wolves, Monday Night Football, which... How do you feel about Monday Night Football being on the first weekend of the season? Because it always worries me, because I like to get the games out the way that first weekend. It's nothing worse than waiting and being like, oh, how are we going to do? Players are just doing the respect handshake as well. Mason Mount, number 7 there. Jadon Sancho. Sancho standing next to the number 7. Ugh, he thought it might be him. Didn't work out, did it? PS has been a member for 11 months. Says, I'm curious to see how Fernandes in defence and Mount and Mainu in midfield work in the build-up. What do you now think of KG? He's pushed as a tier 7 source. I heard this. He claims it's because there was a link to João Felix today. By all accounts, Atletico Madrid could accept a loan for João Felix. So KG said, that makes me a tier 7. It doesn't, KG. He keeps saying Thursday. You remember when he said Thursday for the takeover? So, you know, maybe we'll get an Andre Onana.
Here we go!
At some point, but yes, no Thursday at this point. Flay is in the chat. Yes, says, I'm in Oslo, currently scouting for a new team since I see my two managers have quit on me. Flay G's there. Rafael Varane wearing the captain's armband for Manchester United today as well. Sticking with the number 19. I thought that after Phil Jones vacated it, he would be 19. As of right now, the players actually have number 5 for Gordon McQueen on the back. Of course, used to play for United and Leeds. Passed away a couple of weeks ago, sadly. A legendary figure for both clubs. If you haven't already, click the like button. Remember, you can subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Click the notification bell. You'll be notified every time we go live or a new video is uploaded. Plenty of content coming along. I mean, if last season was any indication, pre-season is always incroyable here at United View. The tour vlogs are going to be coming back. The Flex and KG across states, across different countries is going to be back. It's awesome. It's well worth a watch. And if you want a little taster, go back and watch all of the tour stuff from last year. It was incredible. And it's only going to get better this year as well. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, so you don't miss a single thing. And you can join me for all of the matches as well in this. It still needs a name, doesn't it? It still does need a name. Panenka Studios, that's Match Day Reloaded. We're going to have to think of something else. We are. But the players just getting ready to do a moment of silence, I think, for Gordon McQueen. And it also, as Tank says, get your score predictions in as well. A couple of 3-1s in there as well. Ed says Preview Studios. You know me, it's got to be a really strong pun. It's got to be a really nice, strong pun. I'm still trying to figure that out. As the entirety of the stadium there in Oslo stands to rises to their feet with a moment of applause for the late Gordon McQueen. Get your claps in the chat, of course, as well. Aaron says 4-2. Fighter says 5-0. Riri says 3-1. Some of you. Shua says Crackhead Studios. Do you like that one? The Bigger Fish to Fry Studio. Ugh, that is good as well. Believe Studios. Something around belief could be good, actually. Believe Studios. Belief Street. SmackDown Studios. Just keep the puns going in. Just keep the puns coming. Hopium Studios. Belief Studios with the leaf. But the match is just about to start as well. Here come the Siren Studios as well. Siren Studios. That's not bad. Siren Studios. I like that. Siren Studios. Siren Street. And we're off. Pre-season is officially underway. Kickoff is underway. Man United have won the ball back immediately. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. Where's the free kick immediately? Free kick after 10 seconds. They gave the ball away. And he fouls Ahmad immediately. Disgrace. As they would say.
So where's the card then? Where's the card?
Cynical. Absolutely cynical.
So where's the card then? Where's the card?
Anyway, it's a free kick to Manchester United. Get rid of him. Send him off. But Mason Mount standing over the free kick, and he's got a good delivery. A lot of his assists have come from set pieces. So Mason Mount stands over the ball. Puts the ball in. Back post. Oh, nearly towards Varane. And here come Leeds on the counter-attack. It's a very young Leeds side, actually. So we've got to be careful of pace. Kobbie Mainoo. And United win it back very easily. Here's Raphael Varane on the ball once again. Switches it out to Wanby at right back. No longer suffers from the condition known as Brookfoot. Once again, back out to Varane. Plays it inside towards Ahmad. Nice little 1-2 with Raphael Varane. Towards the Butcher. The Butcher of Manchester. Leacher. Great to see Leacher back, isn't it? We missed him so much towards the end of the season. I don't think we truly realised just how much we missed him. So cool, so calm, so composed. Fernandez, good pass actually. Hannibal Medri puts it out wide. Forson, it looks like Forson's actually playing out on the left. And maybe it's Sancho through the middle. I think it is. Maybe you might have to switch that around a little bit. It looks like it's a bit like that, actually. Jadon Sancho looks like he's playing through the middle. There's Ahmad. United dominating possession very early on here. Here's Varane. So, yeah. So, Ahmad's on the right. Amari Forson's actually on the left. Sancho's through the middle as a false 9. Maybe they'll switch around. But Forson, as of right now, is on the left. Kobbie Mainoo does look like he's playing in that sort of lone 6 mole. Hannibal's really high up the pitch, actually, as well. Here is Ahmad. Off the right-hand side. Hannibal. Kobbie Mainoo. New 37 shirt. There's Mainoo in the middle. Look, this opens up his body. Passes it to Mason Mount. Here's Forson. Oh, tries to go past the player. Wins a corner. So a very young left-hand side for Manchester United today. In Alvaro Fernandez and Amari Forson playing there. And Hannibal, as I mentioned, playing as an 8, but he's actually a really advanced 8. Kobbie Mainoo is playing in that lone 6 role, which is a lot of trust from Ten Hag to get around the pitch, but also be very technically proficient. We know what Mason Mount's going to bring. In fact, here he is, standing over the corner from United's left-hand side. So he's on corners and free kicks already, Mason Mount. Ball in. Goes towards Martinez. Headed away. Oh, actually, looks like he's gone down. Hannibal, ball in. Back post. Oof. Here's Mount once again. Gives it back out. A nice little interchange. Jadon Sancho. Edge of the box. Find Hannibal. Find Hannibal. He does find Hannibal. Is he going to take a shot? He does take a shot. Blocked. And cleared. Oh, I tell you what. He's in. 4. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I tell you what. Tom Heaton, sweeper keeper, because literally one pass, United was so high up the pitch, they were in. They were literally in. Tom Heaton has to come all the way out, sweeper towards the halfway line, wins the ball back. Him and Wan-Bissaka have a little bit of a back and forth to pass it, but my goodness me. Whew. That was a real... Well done, Tom Heaton. Varane gives it to Ahmad. Ahmad, very much in field, looks quite lively. Suleiman says Heaton, the British Onana. There's Mainoo once again. As United just kind of nip it around. Tank says, get used to this, Onana. Well, it wasn't more the goalkeeper coming out. It was more, the thing that worried me more was the fact that they were in. They were in. They played a line so high that pretty much every player was in the Leeds half. So it was just one ball over the top and they were kind of in. Look at this. It was so high. And Heaton does really, really well. Wan-Bissaka with the heaviest of touches, by the way, because Heaton just gives it to Wan-Bissaka. Look at the Brock foot. Wow. Here's Raphael Varane. But certainly that's going to be the game plan here. Mount, nice touch. Gives it to Wan-Bissaka. Turn out Mason Mount. It's going to travel. Good ball. Oh, unlucky. Nearly found Ahmad on the right-hand side there, Mason Mount. Just slid across. Did the Leeds player to intercept it. But Mount looks lively. Here's Leacher. Nuddle says, overusing the sounds a bit, lad. Well, I'm sorry, Uddle. You know what I mean? Oh, great turn by Jadon Sancho. Puts it out to Ahmad. He's going to try and cut inside onto the left. Gives it away. That's a free kick. Foul by Mason Mount. I won't touch any sounds. That definitely was an all moment, though. I will not be bullied into not pressing sounds. If anything, I'll go the other way.
Bullshit.
But over 6 minutes gone. Leeds just trying to play out from the back here. Wan-Bissaka wins the ball back. Oh, Sancho gives it away. Hannibal pressing really high up the pitch. Really energetic, isn't he? And Leeds just playing out from the back a little bit more. A Digital Dozer says, Jaden on smoke so far. Koala says, touch the sounds. That's the thing. I mean, I'm definitely one of those personalities. If you tell me not to do it, I'm going to probably do it. Good pass by Leeds. Oh, sliding tackle by Kobbie Mainoo, who's given away the free kick, though. Leeds have a free kick on their right-hand side. Daniel Farker, the new manager of Leeds. 5th Leeds manager in 5 months. Whew. He did a decent job at Norwich, in fairness. He got promoted twice, didn't he? And then he got sacked by Norwich in the Premier League. I think he did coach in Germany. I think he was it Borussia Mönchengladbach? I think. Varane once again. Expectation will be on Leeds though next season, no doubt about it. Any promoted, relegated side rather, is expected to bounce straight back up. They've still got good players. A couple of players have left, in fairness, and they've got a bit of a issue of their own owners, don't they? Martinez squares it to Rafael Varane. Varane being pressed a little bit here, though. He's going to give it back to Tom Heaton. It's funny, Rodrigo was actually on the thumb today for ball over the top. It's got to be offside, surely. I was going to say, Ahmad's miles offside was Ahmad there. Attempted ball over the top. Would have to maybe time his run just a little bit better there. It was a bit closer than I thought, but he's still miles off. Now, as far as I'm aware, that offside rule does not affect us in England, does it? I think it's being trialled in... Which leagues is it being trialled in, the new offside rule? You can let me know in the live chat. And of course, that new offside rule is that as long as like a part of you is onside, you're onside, as opposed to the current rule, which is if a bit of you is offside, you're offside. So it's really the complete opposite of what it is right now, which I'm sure won't cause chaos at all. Like, what happens when an Italian team plays a Premier League team in the Champions League? They'll be used to different rules. Kobbie Mainoo, bit of a slack pass. United do win the ball back, though. Good touch. Well done. Good touch by Hannibal as well. Great pass by Mason Mount. Amad Diallo on the right-hand side. Inside the box. Cuts inside onto his left foot. Cuts it back. Oh, good save from Hannibal. Ahmad puts it over the bar. I tell you what, that is a brilliant pass by Mason Mount in the build-up to that. Fantastic. Absolute defence-splitting pass to the right-hand side to Amad Diallo. Look at this pass. Brilliant. Past the left back. Ahmad cuts it back. And Hannibal just hits it straight at the goalkeeper. And then Ahmad puts it over the bar. Actually gets a deflection. It should be a corner. He knows it's a chance, though. But that's a brilliant pass by Mason Mount. Here come Leeds on the attack. Lucas Chan's been a member for 12 months. A full year of support. Big up, Lucas. You can tell the people that have been a member for 12 months, they've got the gold badges. I know that new badges are coming soon, so they will continue to change and evolve over time. So big up everyone that's part of the members club. A lot of new members recently. Oh, opportunity here. Chip him over the top. Oh, Mason Mount. That would have been unbelievable. Nearly 10 minutes into his debut, or 11 minutes rather, he would have chipped the goalkeeper from like however many yards. It was close. Brilliant chip. Just gets caught out. This is the press from Mason Mount. He looks fit. He looks ready. Chip over the top. And it just lands on the roof of the net. Unlucky from Mason Mount. But I tell you what, he looks lively at the moment. Brilliant pass a minute ago to Ahmed in the build-up. Opportunity to chip the goalkeeper. He might actually be a little bit disappointed that he doesn't do better there. But he looks absolutely on it so far. I know it's only early on. I said don't get too carried away, but nearly 12 minutes into this one, Mason Mount is absolutely everywhere on the pitch. Look at him. He's just won the ball back again, deep in his own half. Brilliant. But yes, Lucas Chan said, I love supporting this channel. Keep up the great content to the whole UV team. Flying to Vegas to watch my first United game. Well, of course, we will be there in Las Vegas. So if you are there and you want to chat to Flex and KG afterwards, I'm sure you'll be able to find him somewhere in Nevada. So big up Lucas Chan and big up the entire UV community as well. I tell you what, Mason Mount has impressed me so far. I mean, in the space of about 90 seconds, you've just really seen, I think, everything that Ten Hag will want from him in this season, won't you? The build-up play to Ahmed, but as well as he made that opportunity from a second ago just by winning the ball back, just pressing the player up high, being energetic. And as I mentioned, whilst it's difficult, I think he might actually be a little bit like, actually, I should have scored maybe. Carnivore says, I've seen plenty of United players do well in pre-season and then be crap in the Premier League, so don't be quick to hype up the player, just sit back and enjoy. Well, no, obviously, I certainly can't judge too much by it, but you can certainly praise performances that you see at the moment as well. Here's Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Oh, God. Wan-Bissaka just about keeps the ball as well. Ahmad goes for the free ball. Jadon Sancho, he's offside. Offside for Jadon Sancho. The passes need to come a bit quicker. And very clearly offside. Riri's been a member for 12 months. Says, love the UV team. I'm looking forward to seeing Flex and KG at the Man United Arsenal pre-season game. Big up Owen. Of course, that's the one in New York. That's my New York accent.
Disgusting!
And we have our first siren of pre-season as well. Get the sirens in the chat. I hope there's not going to be too many of them, considering that a lot of the games are late. Oh, Kobe Mainoo wins the ball back. Ahmad, 1-2. Ooh, bit of a heavy touch there. It was a give and go of Forson. Mick says, where is Harry Maguire? Harry Maguire, same as a lot of the international players, is not back just yet. Of course, players had internationals in sort of mid-June, didn't they? So they've got like an extra week to come back. So they should be back, I think, this week. Most likely they'll be involved next week in Edinburgh when we play Lyon. Oh, good ball. Is he onside, Mason Mount? Oh, he's offside. It was a late flag. It was a good ball by Rafael Varane. Quite direct over the top. The finish by Mount actually was not great, but oh, it was tight. It was very, very tight. Ooh. Just off, though. But United, 15 minutes in, look lively, look energetic. I mean, still a young lineup, but for me, I would say after 15 minutes, who would you say the standout players are? I think you'd probably say it is a Mason Mount. Has looked good so far. Ball goes all the way back to Tom Heaton in goal. Yeah, I'd probably say Mason Mount's impressed me so far. The rest, you know, a couple of decent touches here and there. Kobe Mainoo's looked okay. Hannibal's looks all right. Again, a couple of okay touches, but it's really been Mason Mount. I think that stands out. Obviously, you've got the composure of Lisandro Martinez. And it's a throw into United. Lil Yo says Mount, Ahmad, Jadon Sandwich. Looks guy. I tell you what, Jadon Sancho looks all right for a guy that's morbidly obese at the moment. I think his stint on The Biggest Loser or My 900 Pound Life has really worked out for him. I mean, what is going to be interesting is, how creating chances, because we've got this false 9. Oh, there is Jadon Sancho. Ooh, nearly through. Nearly. United do look very dangerous, though. Leeds are playing a really high line. Really high line. It was actually a decent ball from Alvaro Fernandez. And the goalkeeper from Leeds just about sweeps it up. But eventually, to be honest, United are going to break that line. Because a couple of times already, it's been very, very close. Very sort of fine margins. You just feel like inevitably, eventually, they're going to time the run right. They're going to time the pass right. Chances are there. Maybe the only thing would be is that if we had, a proper number 9 playing, maybe the runs might be a bit tighter, a bit better. The synergy would be there a bit more. Here's Ahmad in the middle of the pitch. Gives it to Fernandez. To be honest, he's actually looked quite tidy at left back so far. Again, had a really good season with Preston. Played 42 times. 42 times, 6 assists. Got Young Player of the Year, I think, at Preston too. So it just goes to show that those loan moves are really important. And he should probably go out on another one. I mean, there's plenty of players ahead of him. Luke Shaw to Real Malacia. But the development from last year to this is certainly there to see, even after 17 minutes. There's Fernandez again, right in the middle of the pitch, actually. Inverted fullback settings. Leacher. Martinez gives it to Kobbie Mainoo. Tries the ball over the top towards Hannibal. Oof. Leeds player just manages to flick it on. Cooper, the Leeds captain, flicks it on for a corner. Corner ball to Manchester United. Suleiman says Fernandez came from Spain, so I think there's a player there, I hope. Dave 1T says, mainly ready for the first team. Some boos for Mason Mount from the Leeds fans, and suddenly the United fans react with a chorus of applause. Mason Mount's over everything. He's on corners, free kicks, you name it. So a corner once again from Mason Mount. Ball put into the box. Headed away. Drops to Kobbie Mainoo. Oh, a bit of a heavy touch. Couldn't really control it. And here come Leeds. Counter-attacks on. United need to get back. I tell you what. Wan-Bissaka's got to be careful here. They're into the box. Oh, I tell you what. Hannibal Mejri. Brilliant defending. Look at that. Fantastic. Leeds fully on the counter-attack there. It was Kobbie Mainoo who gave the ball away. He tries to control it. He just has a heavy touch. And Leeds just go up the other end of the pitch. It's a quick counter-attack. And it's actually the work rate from Hannibal. You can see it here. He realises, I've got to get into the box. Makes a run. Keeps going. They manage to put a ball into the box. And it's a brilliant tackle, actually, from Hannibal. Because it's Sinestra there. He just puts the ball in. And it's a great sliding tackle from Hannibal. Prevents them from really slotting the ball in the back of the net. That's the hunger from Hannibal. He craves the ball, not human flesh this time. Leeds corner, ball in. Goes all the way through. Ball put back in. Sinister for Leeds. Cuts back, Mason Mount's near him. Here's Leeds once again towards the edge of the box. They work it into the box. Be careful, don't do the foul. Oof. And United now trying to work it out. Good work out of the box. Here comes Amad Diallo. On United's right-hand side. He cuts inside. Oof, I tell you what. I felt like Forson was there for him on the overlap. He didn't use him. And Leeds just looking a little bit more dangerous. As I mentioned, certainly playing on the counter-attack, but Leeds are back in it again. And another good tackle by Hannibal. Look at that. He's been eating people up in the middle for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've got an Argentinian butcher. We've got a Tunisian one as well. Here comes Hannibal once again. Look at the energy. He's worked his way into the box. Ooh. I thought he was onside. Maybe they show another look. He's just off. Just offside. But Hannibal all over the pitch. Again, another really good loan spell for him was at Birmingham City. As I mentioned, he scored a brilliant free kick that made the rounds on social media. Played 41 times for Birmingham. As I said earlier on, has been linked to a move to Borussia Dortmund. And certainly, you can't doubt his energy, can you? No doubt about it. And to be honest, you can't get too carried away and say, oh, he's definitely good enough to play for United or anything like that. But I don't think one thing he definitely doesn't lack is confidence, is it? He's got a personality. He's feisty. Maybe his temperament's a bit too much at times. He plays up to the Hannibal name, certainly. Doesn't eat people. It's not cannibal. But doesn't mind a crunching tackle, as you've seen already. A couple of sliding tackles. But certainly got a personality. As Haunt says, the Tunisian Terminator. Oh, it's a poor pass from the goalkeeper. Here is Hannibal. Cuts it back. Jadon Sancho. Oh, you touch. Oh, block. Oh, that's an opportunity. That's a chance. Oh. United should have put that away. Look at the Leeds goalkeeper here. This is a shocking pass. Gives it. Hannibal just reads it completely. Cuts it back. Jadon Sancho. First touch from Sancho is missing. He misses the ball. I mean, there's an argument to be made. Maybe the pass is a little bit behind him, but you expect more. You really do. Jadon. Or, I was thinking maybe Hannibal would just put his foot through it, but that should be in the back of the net. Short corner, ball put in towards the back post, towards Rafael Varane. Goes all the way through for a goal kick. Opportunity, though, there for United. Nearly 22 minutes gone. Manchester United 0, Leeds United 0. Best chances was probably that one that we just saw there, involving Hannibal and Jadon Sancho. In addition to that, obviously there was the opportunity for Mason Mount when he nearly chipped the Leeds United goalkeeper. And the one where the ball was cut back with Hannibal forcing a save from the Leeds keeper. So United had a couple of chances so far. That's a foul by Hannibal. No, referee! You're taking the absolute piss. Oh, that's a liberty. It's a friendly. It's a friendly. He's booked Hannibal because he's pulled his shirt back in the 22nd minute of a friendly. Absolute nonsense. I mean, it's not as if he did a horrible tackle on him as well. He pulled his shirt back a bit. Oh my goodness me, this ref, what a job's worth. Who books someone in a friendly unless it's like the worst tackle you've ever seen in your life? Sancho, ball through to Hannibal. He's going to try and cut it back. Ahmad. Oh. Nearly again. And Leeds, I tell you what, they're shocking at playing it out from the back. They can't get out of their defence. A couple of times they've tried to play it out from the back and it hasn't worked out. United just need to do better. Here come Leeds on the attack once again. Ball in. Oh. Martinez actually made it difficult for the striker. I think it might have actually come off Martinez and back to Tom Heaton. Carnival says it doesn't matter if it's a friendly, Owen. It does in a friendly. If you pull someone's shirt in a friendly, they won't normally book you. I mean, to get booked or sent off in a friendly, you have to do like the most crazy of tackles. They just usually, the refs is usually there just to, you know, blow the whistle, say fouls and stuff like that. Ugh. It's Kobe Mainu. Good pass. Mount inside the box. And another corner. Mason Mount, of course, will take it. Another corner for Manchester United, as I mentioned. Mason Mount's taken all of them so far. Leach having some words with Hannibal as they just walk into the box. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Ball in from Mason Mount towards, oh, Fernandez. I tell you what, that's a chance. Another big opportunity for the left back. It's free header. Gets away from his marker. Free header. Completely just mistimes the header. Just doesn't read it at all. United pressing from the front once again. Leeds playing out from the back. Managed to do it this time. Beats United's press. I am Coast to Coast says I have missed football. Also, who else have we got in here? Dave 1T says is Flex and Oslo. Flex and KG are both at the game. So you're going to be getting reactions from both of them after the game from Oslo. I forgot that poll was in the chat. Who wins the duel of the right-hand side? Wan-Bissaka or Vinny Jr.? Lots of people saying Wan-Bissaka. I can end that poll now. Leeds just playing out from the back at the moment. Nesta says, how to hook up with UV at the game. Oof. Look at that touch from Martinez. Passes it back to Tom Heaton. And United just sweep up that danger. Here come United again. It's Forson. Forson off the left. Oh, he just doesn't time it properly. Jadon Sancho didn't make the run. He did the pass. Miscommunication goes straight the way back to the goalkeeper. Jadon Sancho still playing in that false 9 role. Forson playing off the left. Ahmad off the right. And Singh says, I don't care if it's pre-season and mostly kids. It's great to have United back. Indeed it is. I mean, you do miss it. I found myself latching onto the cricket recently because I've missed football so much. And I don't mind cricket. The Ashes has been very entertaining, but it's not the same, is it? It's not the same. It's not Man United. Here's Mason Mount. He's had a lively first half so far. Rafael Varane puts it to Wan-Bissaka a bit higher up the pitch now. Alvaro Fernandez really in the centre of the pitch there. Sweeps it out to Forson. Mason Mount, edge, tries to play 1-2. Mount looks really tidy. I must say, I've been really impressed with Alvaro Fernandez so far. I think he looks really comfortable on the ball. And really gets into the middle of the pitch as well. Ahmad. That's going to be... Oh, it's not gone out just yet. Still in. Ahmad. He's still in the box. Ahmad puts it back. Mount, over the bar. I mean, Forson had given them a pass. It wasn't the best set from Forson, and Mason Mount just skies it over the bar. United worked it well, though. Ahmad played the ball to Wan-Bissaka and tried it on the overlap. It just about managed to keep it in. It was Ahmad who put it back to Forson, and then Mount just skied it. There's the boss, Ten Hag. United pressuring the defender there. Hannibal does a really good job there. United win the throw-in. Excellent pressing from Hannibal so far too. There have been, like I said, a couple of the youngsters I've actually been really impressed with. I think Hannibal's looked really lively, as well as Alvaro Fernandez. Look really comfortable, composed, and really tidy. Here's Kobbie Mainoo. Get a lot of responsibility in the middle of the park for the young 18-year-old. Varane goes for a switch out to the left-hand side. Couldn't keep it in, Fernandez, unfortunately. Varane apologises as Daniel Farker watches on. Throwing for Leeds at the moment. Richard says, Ashes cricket has been awesome. Been many times. Holly Stand, Birmingham, West Terrace, Headingley. Party Stand at home at Old Trafford. Beer and chanting all day. I've been to a couple of test matches myself, actually. It is quite good fun. Leeds trying to play out from the back once again. Good header by Kobbie Mainoo. Cuts the ball out. Here's Ahmad. Varane. Moves forward. Hannibal puts it out to Wan-Bissaka. Here's Varane. Tried that through ball. Just couldn't find it. Could see what he was looking for. United might be in a bit of trouble here again. Leeds are in. They're in behind. Martinez got to come across. Martinez just about blocks it. They're back in the box once again. Ball across. Oof. Close again. The one thing that must be said about United in this first half is we've looked dangerous, we've nipped the ball around nicely, but from a Leeds perspective, they'll say it's there for us on the counter-attack because a couple of times, a few sloppy passes from United or they win the ball back and suddenly Leeds are in and they aren't slow as well. They move the ball really quickly up the pitch and United is going to have to be really wary and careful of that. It's a good ball. I think he would have been offside to be fair. But Leeds do look a bit dangerous on the counter-attack. Can't argue about that. And most of the time, the Leeds counter-attack has come not from them like pressing us well. It's actually been individual errors, really. So it's a throw-in for Leeds. 30 minutes in. Still 0-0. Opportunity here. Takes a shot. Oh, blocked. I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a shot by Cooper from Leeds. Now United trying to get back up the pitch. Tank says Varane off the pace. I'm not sure if necessarily off the pace. I do think that sometimes we were talking about this the other day, talking about sort of technical players. Varane on the ball is not the best technical player you'll see. He's calm, he's composed, but a couple of times he can have the ball at his feet and look a bit uncomfortable. But it's his experience, his composure, his calmness that sort of gets him out of trouble a couple of times. But maybe that's Ten Hag might have had a word with Varane over pre-season to say, look, I want to see you travel with the ball a bit more up the pitch. I want to see you a bit more with the ball at your feet. Never too old to keep improving or changing your game. Just ask David De Gea, and if it doesn't work out, you're gone. There's Martinez. Cuts out the Leeds pass. Gives it to Varane. Who gives it to Mason Mount. Martinez. To Alvaro Fernandez. Kobbie Mainoo puts it out to Rafael Varane. There's Ahmad. Look how high up Wan-Bissaka is as well. He's in line with all of the forwards. Attempted ball over the top. Mason Mount turning towards the referee, having a look. And there come Leeds once again. Rafael Varane takes the ball down, gives it all the way back to Heaton. Suleiman says, who's been the most impressive in midfield this half, Owen? You probably would still say Mason Mount. I do think Hannibal's actually looked quite lively, though, in fairness. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Ahmad, good control, keeps it in play. Oh, really well played. Kept the ball close to his feet. Kobbie Mainoo gave it to Lisandro Martinez. Is forcing again on the left-hand side. Good pass. Hannibal goes for the flick. Mason Mount was just a bit too far ahead. Leeds going to try the counter. But they've overhit the pass and it goes out for a United throw-in. Some big names on the Leeds bench. Patrick Bamford. Luke Ayling as well. One would think they'll probably come on the in the second half. As I mentioned, I would expect wholesale changes, if not a completely different starting 11 in the second half for United. Remember, there are, 26 players as part of this squad, something like that. Kobbie Mainoo, Martinez. In this first pre-season fixture for United. Varane gives it to Ahmad again. It looks lively. He's going at him. Cuts in. Mount. He went for the switch. He was trying to move it across to Sancho. And it didn't work out. Leeds intercepted. Bit of space for Leeds here, actually. He went for a pass. Didn't work out. I tell you what, Ahmad certainly loves to get the ball and just cut inside straight away, doesn't he? So far, I haven't seen him hit the line a couple of times. That more than a couple of times, rather. Very much just cuts in. Varane on the ball. Wan-Bissaka to Lisandro Martinez. Leacher. Tried that free ball. He attempted to look for Kobbie Mainoo, I think. And just goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. Evan says, off the pace, question mark. My word, it's the first game of the season. Oh, it's another short. Oh, the goalkeeper. This goalkeeper for Leeds is, he plays the risky pass, doesn't he? Whew. Sting's just gone out of the game a little bit, as you would expect, pre-season. 10 minutes to go to half-time. So, don't be shocked if you see a bit of a drop-off of energy. It did have a bit of a really frenetic start to it as well, but has just sort of settled down in the last couple of minutes. Wan-Bissaka with the lunge as well. I thought he was offside, that Leeds player, no? Wan-Bissaka loves the slide. Look at that. The spider out in full force. Not the unnecessary slide. Throw-in for Leeds, though. 36 minutes played. Kobe Mainoo wins the ball back. Excellent. Gives it to Ahmad. Travel. Going for that ball over the top. It's a poor pass. It's a bit wasteful there from Ahmad. He slices it. He was looking for Jadon Sancho. He was looking for a long ball. You could argue Sancho was maybe in, but Ahmad sliced it. Kobe Mainoo did a really good job in winning the ball back, giving United the opportunity. He's going for it again, trying to get it back. Look at the pressure. Brilliant by Kobe Mainoo and Hannibal. Absolutely brilliant. Here comes Man United on the counter-attack. Jadon Sancho tries to go past the player. Sancho gives it to Ahmad. He's going to cut inside onto his left foot. Tries to play the intricate 1-2. Ahmad cuts back again. Oh, he lost his footing. I don't know if he thought he got pulled back. It was very delayed if it was a foul. I think he lost his balance. It was really good work by Hannibal and Kobe Mainoo. Both pressing the player from different directions. Win the ball back. Gives it to Sancho. Tries to play that 1-2 and Ahmad just lost his balance a bit. Just feel like a couple of times they're getting it in the box and maybe just overworking it a bit. A couple of extra touches that aren't necessary. Trying to be too intricate, too nice. Fernandez intercepts the pass just a bit. Now it's a throw into Leeds. WB Tunga says, I think our club and fan base are overhyping Mason in terms of Mason Mount. I would say he's only played 37 minutes. I thought he's had a good half, in fairness. And he's certainly achieved a lot at Chelsea too. Big Up Rich says, looked like Ahmad got pulled back by an invisible man. Yeah, it just lost his balance and fouled to the floor. It was a bit strange, wasn't it? But United have had some good build-up play. Again, I think the most impressive part of the team has been the midfield. I think there's a strong argument to say that Hannibal, Mount and Kobe Mainoo have looked really lively. Real good energy. Good desire to win the ball back. Good releasing of the ball too. Just been lacking a little bit of quality at the top end of the pitch. The lack of a striker is absolutely there to be seen. A real lack of a focal point. Mason Mount playing as a false nine. And just been a couple of maybe sloppy touches. Too many touches. Overplaying it a bit in the final third. And a bit of a risk of... There's Hannibal again. Wins the ball back. It's brilliant. And he's won a foul. Absolutely brilliant from Hannibal. He's just all over the pitch. He's just tenacious, isn't he? There, intercepts the pass, wins the foul. Excellent. Again, the fact that he's got a booking in this half, I think, is a joke. But you saw it there. He did it just a couple of minutes ago as well, where he and Kobe Mainoo pressed the same player and won the ball back. And that's what Ten Hag will be looking for when it comes to pressing the opposition team. What energy have you got? What can you read the game to intercept the pass? Rich says, can Hannibal break into the team this season? Ensing says Hannibal is playing for the spot, like him a lot. Again, I think he's done really well. I mean, again, can't get too carried away. 40 minutes into the first pre-season game, but he looks fit. He looks energetic. Here's Mount on the free kick. It's heavy. Heavy. Nowhere near anyone. Bit of a poor delivery, really. But there's Hannibal again. Pressuring him. Unlucky from Hannibal. Leeds goal kick. But he's just there. He's on people, isn't he? He's on people. There's constant pressure, constant energy, real tenacity. That's what I like. I think the midfield have looked actually pretty good. Either way, if at the very least, as United win a free kick there, at the very least, if Hannibal does get sold this summer, based on performances like this so far, charge enough money. Get good money for the player. Maybe he doesn't have a future at United, but at the very least, get that price tag up and put a buyback clause and some salon fees in there and all that kind of stuff too. Bit of a short pass there from Martinez. Sancho just about got that ball. Oof. Martinez again gives it to Varane. Ahmad gives it to Martinez. Martinez looks for that through pass. It's a good pass, actually. Hannibal. Ahmad tries to cut inside again. Ahmad puts it over the bar. You can see what Ahmad's game plan is. The moment he gets the ball, he just wants to cut inside. That's a foul. Mason Mount does really well, actually, because he absolutely takes one from the Leeds player. It was a great pass by Martinez, and Mason Mount just flicks it on. The Leeds player just goes through him. The flick on's to Hannibal. Eventually it works its way to Ahmad. And it's kind of, again, sort of Anthony-esque in the sense of gets it, cut back inside, get it onto the left foot immediately. And you probably say the same thing to him that you would say to Anthony, is just don't be as predictable. Try and go past the player maybe on your right-hand side a little bit more if you can. But certainly the desire's there, absolutely. But there's definitely a desire from this United team to find that splitting pass right through the middle. And the players in the middle are looking more than capable of it. Mason Mount wins the ball back there. Good pressure. Gives it out to Alvaro Fernandez on the left-hand side. Travels with the ball a little bit here. Here's Fernandez again. Nearly found Hannibal, actually. And it's a throw-in. Adom says Hannibal may be a lot of red cards, but I like this guy. Ahmad says, to be honest, Ahmad does it better than Anthony. Sancho in the box. Oh, he was looking for Forsen. It's really compact in the middle. Once they get into the box, this is why I'm saying sometimes I feel like we're overplaying it once we get into the box, because the moment the ball gets in their box, they're like that on us. And it gets really, really tight. Ampsaka, that's a foul to United. And no yellow card. No yellow card from the referee. I wonder why. I wonder, because it's a friendly. And you shouldn't even give out those yellow cards. It was stupid. I still don't understand that yellow card for Hannibal. I'm not over it at all. Oof, Varane tried to find Hannibal. Wasn't the best pass. Intercepted. That's a United throw. I'm not sure what they were thinking. Ahmad with the throw-in. Gives it to Kobbie Mainoo. Shrugs off the player. Oh, it's great feet. That's got to be a foul, ref. Got to be a foul. Oh, you took your time. You took your time. Excellent play by Kobbie Mainoo. Real good ball control. Keeps it close in his feet. Leeds players can't get the ball off him. Look, there's 3 of them surrounding him, and it just goes through the back of him. Excellent. It took a while to make the decision, the referee, it must be said. And again, I'll ask, if Hannibal gets booked...
So where's the card then? Where's the card?
Oh, we're only giving them out to United players, are we, in this pre-season friendly? Very interesting. But it's Ahmad and Mason Mount standing over this free kick. Last minute of this half. 44 gone. We're into the 45th minute. It might actually be Ahmad, because Ahmad might have the in-swinger for the left foot. Mason Mount, the out-swinger with the right. Is it going to be? It's Mason Mount. Tried the low one. Comes off Lisandro Martinez. Oh, he give a corner. He give a corner. I don't know. Let's have a look at this. Mason Mount tried the low one. Oh, they're taking a quick corner. Can't even see the replay. Sancho. Oh, it's a poor pass by Jadon Sancho. And be careful and got to be wary of this counter-attack we've seen from Leeds earlier. United win the ball back. Brilliant by Wan-Bissaka. Mount wins it back. Here's Martinez, high up the pitch. Jadon Sancho again. And that's half-time. Didn't even let it play out. And there you go. Half-time, 0-0. Stop the clock. So far, no goals scored here in, as we're here in on Belief Street. Belief Street. for the first pre-season game. Manchester United 0, Leeds United 0. A half, you would say United have largely sort of dominated so far, really. But no goals so far. A couple of big opportunities for the likes of Ahmad. Hannibal came close too. Leeds have also been a threat on the counter-attack. Can't argue with that. But so far, no goals. We're still waiting for our first goal of pre-season. 0-0. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. In terms of an overall half, if I had to rate it, and standout players, I would say that for me, the standout players have been the midfield three. I think the midfield threes actually look really, really good. I've been impressed by United's pressing and their energy. A bit like last season, really. The thing that kind of lets us down is going forward, we're a bit flat. We don't have a lot of sort of composure or that focal point. Jadon Sancho's doing, you could argue, the best he can as a false nine, but he's not a striker. Clearly, he's not a striker at all. And for great build-up that we have and good passes and really good pressing, I think that's probably been the highlight of United's half, is actually the pressing and some real nice through balls. There's no end product at all. In terms of individuals, I think Hannibal's been really, really good. I've been really impressed by his energy, his aggressiveness. We know he picks up bookings and we know he's got a bit of a temper, but I like it. I've been really impressed by how high up the pitch United have been winning the ball back to. A couple of times they've been winning it 2/3 up the pitch, maybe even higher than that. So I've been impressed with that. I think Mason Mount started the game, looked really, really lively. Maybe dropped off a little bit towards the last sort of 5 minutes. You could maybe say through fatigue, but some really nice passes. In particular, he did a brilliant pass through to, I think it was Ahmad on the right-hand side. He was unlucky not to score as well. Keeper made a mistake. A couple of mistakes from the Leeds keeper too, actually. Goes for the chip, lands on the roof of the net, so was unfortunate with that. Kobbie Mainoo playing as the lone six, the deepest midfielder. Been impressed by him too. Really good on the ball. An instance towards the end of the half there where he's got 3 Leeds players around him, still manages to secure the free kick by having the ball really close to his feet. So for me, I would say that's been the standout of the United side is that midfield three. In particular, probably would say Hannibal, actually. I think he's been really, really impressive. And I think certainly, as I mentioned, I think Kobbie Mainoo, you can see why they rate him so highly. He's really good at the ball at his feet. Defensively, you know, the senior players doing what you would expect. Maybe you could say Rafael Varane maybe looks a little bit rusty, maybe. A couple of sloppy moments on the ball, a couple of sloppy passes. But impressed by Alvaro Fernandez, a left back too. Again, looks tidy. Really taken to account having the as the inverted fullback. A couple of times you're seeing him right in the middle of the pitch, which is what Erik ten Hag wants as well. In terms of the front three, out of that front three, you would say that Ahmad's been definitely the most lively one. There's definitely a desire from him to get on the ball, cut into onto his left foot and take the shot. A couple of shots over the bar. At one point looked like he was going to score, lost balance, fell down. Jadon Sancho, again, he's clearly playing in a position that he's not too comfortable with that false nine, and I don't think that's working for him at all. I would say, and again, we don't know what changes they're going to make in the second half, so we're going to have to wait and see. I would expect it's probably going to be 11 changes, but if he doesn't, I would like to see him maybe be put on the left-hand side for Forson and bring on another striker, one of the young kids to put up front, just to have Sancho play a bit more in a familiar position, maybe run at some players a little bit more, something like that, because so far that's just where it's not been working. There's nothing really up the top of the pitch. But what do you guys think in the live chat? Get your thoughts in, get your comments in. We'll get them up on the screen as well. John James says, I've been saying it for ages. Kobbie Mainoo is our Caicedo. Just needs to develop a bit more in the first team. Mount has been good. Sepran says, Hannibal is not ready, people. Trust me, he won't play first team football this season. Wow, there's rumours that he might go to a club like Borussia Dortmund, wasn't it, as well? Tank says, overall good first half. What else are people saying here? Azarino says Alvaro Fernandez is a good inverted fullback. Carnival says Sancho needs to play on the right-hand side. What else have we got here as well? Aiden says, to be fair, Sancho is playing out of position. He does look really uncomfortable in that false nine position. And as is the case, whenever you play a false nine, you are playing just with a real lack of a focal point. You've got a player that's going to drop deep and is going to move into the channels and stuff like that. And we're missing that number 9. It's clear to see. And the thing is as well, it's not as if we haven't got a number 9 today because we do have this established number 9, but he was on international duty, so he's just not available. The only number 9, recognised number 9 that we've got is still injured from last season, and Anthony Martial. Apart from that, we ain't got anybody. Wout Weghorst is gone, thank you. Cristiano Ronaldo left. We don't have a striker. I mean, Anthony Martial, we've got a part-time one essentially, so it just goes to show, which is what I've been saying all the way through the season, all the way through the preseason, all the way through this transfer window so far. For me, the priority always was striker, goalkeeper, midfielder. And it does look like we're going to do it backwards. We're going to go Mount, Onana, then maybe Højlund, but it just goes to show, doesn't it, just how important that striker is. We need that focal point. Obviously, it's not the strongest Man United side. It's not all of the first team players being available or the senior players being available, but it's clear to see, isn't it? The build-up play is all right. It's good. The energy, I think, has actually been really good and impressive, particularly from the midfield three, but no cutting edge. That's the thing, and that was really the story of last season as well. Ruben says Mount is another Bruno Fernandes. And the question is, do you mean that as a positive or a negative? Because some people might look at that as both. I would see that as a positive, but some people are like, see, yeah, Bruno. Andreas says Andreas says Sancho has been really bad. Marlon says, don't we have any strikers in our academy? We do have some younger strikers on the bench, I think, but maybe Ten Hag didn't want to put them in too soon, too quickly. I'm not sure. What else have we got here? John James says, remember, it's just a friendly, folks. Try not to player hate or have a player agenda at this point. Well, this is what I was kind of saying earlier on as well. That, again, it is just pre-season, so you can't get too carried away and you can't criticise too much. But what you can do is just say what you see, really. And what we have seen so far is, again, I think some standout performances and maybe some performances that are just a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish. But until we're playing with a recognised striker, this is going to be the case, isn't it? Even when a young striker comes on, I think Hugill on the bench is a striker, I believe. I don't even know if that's going to make a massive difference because it's not a senior level striker that's got experience of leading the line in senior football. So that's just going to be the case until we've got a proper senior recognised number 9 on the pitch. It's always going to be the problem, unfortunately. But for you in the chat, let me know who's your standout player been. Who's been the player that's caught your eye the most? Who's the one that you would say actually, poof, not bad? Is it Mason Mount making his unofficial Manchester United debut? Is it Hannibal? Is it Kobbie Mainoo playing as that lone 6? Is it Ahmad on the right-hand side? Is it just having Lisandro Martinez back as well? Who's really stood out for you? We're just seeing some of the highlights here in front of me. It was the real biggest one for me is when we're just seeing it now, and the goalkeeper played it out. Hannibal cut it back to Sancho, and you could say maybe he plays it a bit behind him. I think it's just Sancho's a really poor touch. Gets it caught from under his feet, tries to play it off to Force, and eventually gets blocked. For me, that was probably the biggest chance of the half. But again, it comes from, in that half, what does it come from? It comes from Hannibal. And that's been his sort of real key thing, is his interception of passes, his willingness to put opposition players under pressure, his willingness to tackle and lay the ball off. I must be said, I've been really impressed by him. I really, really have. What else are you saying in the chat too? And remember, get your either-ors in. It's half-time in pre-season, which means you can get your either-ors in, which is always a lot of fun as well. Hackle says Hannibal was the best player. What else are people saying in here as well? Slavenger says Ahmad likes to do it himself. Should be a team player, not an individual. Ash says here, I like Hannibal playing a good box-to-box. Tank says, Owen, who would you least prefer to be hunted by, predator or alien? Alien. There's just something about the way they look. Isrino says Hannibal, Mainoo, and Fernandes showing great potential. I do want to again shout out Alvaro Fernandes. I think he's looked really comfortable at left back, and it's not just out wide on that left-hand side that he's looked really comfortable. I think that my biggest thing that I've been impressed with him by is when I've seen him in central areas. A couple of times he's been, got on the screen, he's been like there. Or a couple of times he picks up the ball here and then gives it to Mount or gives it to Hannibal. So he's looked really impressive. In fact, can I get the ball? I can't. I don't know how to do that. Maybe next time. I'll get the ball. And if I get the ball there, I can then move it around even more. That would be impressive, wouldn't it? And that would be, as well. The Devil's Advocate says Ahmad or Anthony. I tell you what, I think that's looking... That's more of a poll question. And I'll put it in there. I'll put it to the UV community. Ahmad or Anthony. Here we go. Ahmad. Or should I just put who is the answer to the right-hand side? Who is the answer to the right-hand side? I'll put Ahmad and I'll put Anthony. Poll is in the chat. Oh, forget the power. Battery. Not the battery dying. That's not good. Let's have a look at this. It's lying to me. There you go. Technical issues fixed. Talk amongst yourselves, folks. It wouldn't be a good start to the pre-season without something breaking, would it? I just knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. I just knew that was going to happen. It's a disgrace. It's a cheat. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Butcher Studios malfunction. I like that, actually. Butcher Studios. What's the poll saying here? Who is the answer to the right-hand side? Already over 100 votes. I tell you what, it's 50-50. It's pretty close. Not bad. Minna says Anthony's defensive contribution is better than Ahmad. He picked up a bit at Sunderland, but still is way behind in terms of first-team defensive support, in my opinion. Interesting. Interesting that. Let's see if I can get this to work again, because that would be a disgrace. There's me talking about how great... how great the studios were, and it's broken already. As I'm just seeing an advert for the game against Wrexham. I spoke about that advert earlier on with Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Let's see if I can get this to work. It would be a disgrace. It would be a cheat if it didn't work. It's because the lead came out. That's why. McElhenney. I know my mic went. I know. No, I fixed it. It's fine. It's fine. I also, hopefully, rumours. Well, actually, the rumours I lied. I thought I'd fixed it. I haven't. Oh yeah. Now I've got to find this thing again. It wouldn't be a United View stream without something breaking, as it happens, would it? Disgrace and a cheat. Well, Mind View. Yeah. I tell you what as well, that's freaked me out a little bit, because it kind of stopped everything because I had to reset it. Yeah. Do you know what it said? You know what it said? It was Sir Alex Ferguson going, "You're on mute." Freaked me out. That absolutely freaked me out. Wow. Let's see if I can get my my thing back up here. I believe the rumor suggests that it's been fixed ish. Maybe. Looks a bit flickery, doesn't it? Looks a bit, I don't know about that. Looks a bit. 11 changes. Oh. I wonder. Ugh. I tell you what, that flicker is going to drive me insane as well. Charlie Savage is wearing the armband. Lil Yo says, Owen, how do you like fry-ups? Well, I don't like mushrooms or anything like that. So Kovar's in goal. So who we got for Wan-Bissaka? Totally different 11. I think who else did they say was in there? Was it Fish? I've got to see the full changes. If someone can let me know the full change lineup as well, that would be much appreciated. And the second half's underway. Totally reshaped. Oh, there we go. So we've got Brandon Williams is also playing as well. Let me see if I can find Brandon Williams. There. Flex Judge Studios, I like that. Isaac Hansen is on in the second half as well. Of course, we're still waiting for our first goal. They're saying Emerald Hugo Shortiri. So we've got Hugo Shortiri, Emerald. Then what's our defense look like? Oh. Oof, good opportunity for Dan Gore. So we know that Dan Gore's playing in midfield as well. Let's see if we can get... I know that Savage is playing. I think actually Savage is playing there. Hansen's playing too. Then who's at centre back? I'm nearly there. Fish. And who's the other person? Bennett, that was it. Look at that. I did it. I did it. Oh, that's gonna be a constant through this pre-season, isn't it? Every single time. Oh, I got there in the end. We did it. Did it. I didn't believe. But 48 minutes gone. Still 0-0. As I mentioned, 11 changes. As I mentioned, every time through pre-season, I'm going to be like, oh, it's going to be challenging. I got there in the end. I just, you know what I mean? I just had to
Believe.
But now we're probably going to see a bit of a lack of quality, or certainly a drop off in quality, aren't we, in this second half? But we'll get there. Here come Leeds on the attack once again, and you'll think probably Leeds might play a bit less on the counter attack now. Leeds just lose the ball. United win it back. Goes all the way back to Kovar in goal. Interested to see Kovar play. As Suleiman says, like the stream and we might score a goal. Possibly. You never know. Oh, a bit of a short pass there. Kovar, they place it out from the back. Easy. Look at that. Well played. Williams. Savage. Shorteri. It's a bit short, that. Here come Leeds on the counter-attack. Ahmad says, who's the kid we gave to City for the Fletcher twins? What are your thoughts on it? Well, I don't think it was like a swap or anything like that. They were saying that it was more a situation that he was just... they offered him more money. United thought they made a competitive offer, but they didn't want to break what they believed to be their wage structure for young players. Arado wins the ball back for United. Well played. Here comes Emran. Oh, good feet. Oh, good tackle, though. Well, give a foul. I didn't know if that was a foul by Emran, but... It was good feet by Emran. I don't think that's a foul, by the way. But 50 minutes gone, still 0-0. Gore. A Gore! 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 Bennett. Kovar passes it out. Mina says Kovar is the only loanee to come back with a medal. Yeah, as I said, I'm really interested to see Kovar in this game. Brandon Williams tries to go past the player, but Luke Ayling wins it back for Leeds. The poll, whilst I was fiddling around trying to get the starting 11, the question was who is the one answer to the right-hand side? And nearly 350 votes. 46% of you say Ahmad, 54% says Anthony, which is quite interesting. Kristen says, can you get The Rock, shut up, bitch, on the soundboard? You know what? You have reminded me, Kristen, because I was thinking the exact same thing the other day. I was thinking I need to get that on there. You have reminded me again. But definitely a pre-season feel to this one now. Ball over the top by Leeds. And Fish sweeps up there. I believe that they've... Fish has just agreed to go back on loan out to Hibernian, I think. That was announced today, unless I'm mistaken. But I think he's going back out on loan to Hibs. Flagy says language, young man. Wow. Leeds carry the ball a bit. Look to play the ball through. Kovar comes up, sweeps up, picks up the ball. Again, if you haven't already, click the like button. See if we can get to 500 likes. I believe that we can do it. Believe. We can do it. You can do it. Ah, oh, that's what just reminded me again, because I was going to put new sounds on, and one of them was you can do it. Devastated. Red Baron says, who are these players? Mostly academy players. Again, you've got Kovar in goal, Urado, Bennett, Fish, Williams, Savage, Hansen, Gore, Emran, Hugel up front, and Shorteri on the right-hand side. We had more senior players. More senior players in the first half. Had the likes of Mason Mount, Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane, Lissandro Martinez, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Were all part of the team in the first half. But 11 changes at half-time, as to be expected. in these preseason games. It's what's just going to happen, to be honest. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Poor touch by the Leeds player there. Goes straight out for a throw-in. But this is, again, what you're going to see with the preseason too. Not only are you going to see 11 changes, but you're not going to really see these kind of like complete games. I remember doing the mid-season friendlies when we had those 2 games in Spain. Oh, good play out from the back. Well played. I think it was Kovar to, was that Fish or Bennett? And they played out really, really well. But yeah, you're not going to see these totally complete games. You're going to see, again, drop off in quality because a lot of young players being brought in. Oh, good footwork. There is Dan James. Dan James out on the pitch, road runner. Luke Ayling. And that's a corner for Leeds. Well, it's certainly going to be a challenge for some of these players, these younger players in the second half, because there are definitely senior players playing for Leeds here. As I mentioned, you've got your Dan Jameses, you've got your Luke Aylings. I think Bamford might have come on for Leeds as well. Corner ball. Oh, header. It's gone wide. Free header for Leeds. That was a chance. See a replay here. Ayling with the corner, I think it was. That's a poor header, actually. So free header just times it completely wrong. And Leeds will be looking at that saying, oof, should have done better. Kovar, oof. Dan Gore. Under pressure, he does well. Fish puts it up the pitch. Here's Hansen on the ball in the middle of the pitch. Hansen, by all accounts, very highly rated by some at Manchester United, by the coaching staff. He's another one I think could do with a loan. Shora Terry. Bennett. Put it out to Charlie Savage. Bit of a heavy touch. Oh, Brandon Williams throws a tackle in there. I wonder what his opinions are on Rio Ferdinand today. Here's Brandon Williams again. Tries to put the ball forward. He was looking for Joe Hugel. Couldn't find him. Hugo's actually a proper striker. So it'll be interesting to see if we get much difference. Dan James, ball in. Kovar collects his, very well done. Just Josh Media's in the chat with the eyeballs. I bet he's going to look at this now and he's going to go, Owen, why is the lineup flashing? And it's because, Josh, it broke and then I fixed it. But in fixing it, when I connect the program, it disables all of my Bluetoothness. So when it disables all of my Bluetoothness, then my sound went. It was a disgrace and it was a cheat. But I'll get a message going, the thing's flashing. I'll be like, I know, Josh, I can't fix it. Josh is like, I wasn't asking any of these questions. You were. I know you were. Here's Bennett. To Fish. Red Baron says, Owen destroyed the stream. I saved the stream, Red Baron. Because the thing that has my starting 11 on was lying to me. It said it was connected and it wasn't. It came up and was like, you've got 10% battery left. I was like, what? There's a lead in you. Bennett to Fish. And Leeds have a throw-in. Josh says, there is so much pizza here. None of it is edible. Well. Radhi says, Man United is and will be a trash club. Well, Radhi, thank you for joining in on the match view as well. Leeds win the ball back. Puts the ball up the pitch. And Leeds win a corner. Red Baron says, when is Flagy getting the sack? The next game, I think, to be honest, as well. I think that's what it is. Ball in. Kovar claims it. Good claim by the goalkeeper. I tell you what, in the opening, 15 minutes here, Kovar looks really tidy, doesn't he? Had a really impressive loan spell. Hansen in the middle of the pitch. Here's Brandon Williams. Suleiman says, I thought Owen was DOF. I share the role with Josh. He tries to suggest that he's interim, but he's not. He's co-director of football, and he knows. Jamie says, why don't they have Rashford on? Because he's not there. The international players are not there. The players that played anyway in those sort of friendlies after the FA Cup final. They come back into training this week. They'll be at next week's one. Ayling puts it behind. Or Leeds might be in here. Bamford, he wants a handball. Is he appealing for a handball? Not sure what he's appealing handball for. He was convinced there was a handball, but I didn't see anything. We're 2 likes away from 400, by the way. So if you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. Savage. Oof, he's pressured quite high there. Kovar looks tidy, doesn't he? And this is, to be fair, I've seen a lot of people when we've been discussing goalkeepers on the morning show recently, on the transfer view. I've seen a lot of people say, don't worry about getting a second goalkeeper. Get Andre Onana and have Kovar as the backup. Now, obviously, he hasn't really had to make many big saves or anything so far, but certainly looks composed, passing it out. A couple of nice claims as well. There might be something in there. There might be something in there as the number 2. Kovar puts it out to Savage. Passes it to Bennett. Savage once again. A really, really deep 6, isn't he? Brandon Williams. He would think surely he'll be gone this summer. I think his time as United player might be over. Move the ball forward. Here we go. In the box. Hugo. Can he get there? Oof. Hansen. Oh, the 2 players have run into each other. Hansen goes past the goalkeeper. Cuts it back. Oh. There was no one there. I think it was Hansen and Emmeran ran into each other. That was a chance, though. Brandon Williams. Tries outside of his boot. Oof, he was looking for Hansen. Too much on it, though. Hugo, yeah, it manages to go around the defender. Just nearly get the keeper. Just about gets there. Maybe his touch was a little bit too heavy. Keeper does well, to be fair, in the end. But a bit of a half chance there for United. Still 0-0. As we're into the 65th minute at the moment. Shola Shoretire. He was on loan at Bolton, I believe last season, wasn't he? Brandon Williams. Marlon Clark says, I wonder what KG's reaction was after that ball in for Williams. Be interesting to see what his thoughts were. Here's Bennett. Moves it across to Fish. Bennett once again. Suleiman says, I remember that Brandon rant. Yeah. I recall. I do recall it, yes. Is Savage. Shoretire on the left-hand side. Oh, pressure's on him. Nearly gets caught. Oh, Bennett does well. Patrick Bamford put a lot of pressure on Bennett, but manages to shrug him off. Bennett once again. 65 minutes gone. 0-0. But game's fizzling out a little bit. Of course, again, you know, people can say the second half's going to be dull. It's going to be boring. It's a pre-season game, and it's filled with academy players, so that's what you're going to get. And the pre-season tour really is going to be no different. Isaac Hansen, good feet there. He's in. Emeran's in. What's he going to do? Opens up. Emeran scores. Manchester United 1-0 up. Emeran with the goal. The first goal of pre-season goes to Manchester United, and it goes to Emeran. Good goal, good finish, and United are up and running in pre-season. Go, 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 as LA Knight would say.
Yeah!
I thought he was going to square it. He doesn't, because if you're through on goal, you got to take the chance, isn't it? And look at that, he's onside as well. Just holds on to the run, opens up his body. Does it go through the keeper? I think it goes through the goalkeeper's hand, actually. Just having another look at it here. Keeper will be disappointed. Keeper will be very disappointed because he should do better, the goalkeeper. But it doesn't matter. They all count if they go in the back of the net. And Emeran finishes 1-0 to Manchester United. The first goal of Manchester United's pre-season goes to Emeran. And Erik ten Hag applauds from the sidelines. And he bows. He bows to the fans in Oslo. It was, I believe it was Hansen with the assist as well, wasn't it? I think it was Hansen's pass. So it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Red Baron, been a member for a month, says, appreciate the support. Have you heard the leaked audio of Sir Alex Ferguson versus Custis from The Sun? Fergie basically tells him to feck off with his lies. I did hear that, actually. It was quite funny. And I'm sure that Fergie had that, has had that conversation with a lot of journalists as well. But I must say, I did enjoy it. Shoretire tries to play a 1-2. And it's a free kick. Referee gives a free kick. And to be honest, too, what's impressive, the fact that United have won up, is that this is, I mean, pretty much, oh, here's Hansen. Good feet. Keeps trying to go. This is exclusively youngsters on the pitch at this point. And there are some senior players for Leeds. Not in goal. I think their keeper looks a bit, he's quite young, looks a bit ropey, to be honest. Jason says, Owen, have you not got It Doesn't Matter What You Think on the soundboard?
It doesn't matter what you think!
Brandon Williams plays it to Shoretire on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Williams. Oh, the player goes through the back of him. Where's the card, ref? Where's the card?
Well, where's the card then? Where's the card?
You booked Hannibal in the first half. Suddenly, I don't want to give him out his friendlies. Dan James. I mean, what did Hannibal get booked for? He got booked for a shirt pull, didn't he? Dan James has gone through the back of him. The double standard of refereeing. United, though, are 1 up. Free kick. Who's going to be standing over it this time? We're less than 100 away. Well, just over 80 likes away from 500. So if you haven't already, click the like button as well. Who's it going to be? Shoretire. Well, it goes off the wall. They're claiming for a handball. Don't think it was. Kind of fired right at him. And United play it all the way back to Kovar and goal. Here's Gerardo. Savage, who literally plays in line with the centre-backs, isn't he? He tries to play Pirlo-esque, doesn't he, Charlie Savage? Of how deep he is. Much deeper six than Kobbie Mainoo was in the first half. Kobbie Mainoo was a bit higher up the pitch, winning the ball back a bit. Kovar wasn't the best ball back to him, so Kovar just had to put his foot through it. That's good. Can't always be the best pass every time. Foul by the goal scorer, Emeran. Just showing a replay of these handball claims. No, I don't know if you can give it. Oh, that was the one that Bamford was claiming the handball. It might have been, in fairness. He did put his hand out. Of course, this is going to be your place for all pre-season games. The next one is this time next week. Well, 2 o'clock. The kickoff is next week. Manchester United versus Lyon from Edinburgh. Then after that, the pre-season tour begins. First fixture is against Arsenal. In fact, you can see all the fixtures there in the scroller going on at the bottom of the screen right now. So we'll be covering all of those games at crazy kickoff times, by the way. So I'm really looking forward to it. I love a late night. Do it all the time with the wrestling. Owen Wrestling News 365. 5. Only 1-5, by the way. Ball over the top, but Kovar sweeps up. Tank de Sherman says, that's the one. Auxiliary 6 Studios. I mean, with what happened when I was trying to fix the team, Bluetooth Studios is more accurate because all the Bluetooth stuff stopped working. Oh, Leeds are into the box. Good defending. Will Fish. Excellent job by the United centre-back. And to be fair, I think the two centre-backs have done all right so far. They're going to replace Leacher and Rafa. Corner to Leeds. 72 minutes gone. United 1-0 up. Ball in. Headed away. United opportunity to counter-attack. Here's Shoretire. Emeran was all up the pitch, but Shoretire loses the ball pretty quickly. Oh, he wins the ball back. Well played. And United now have it again. Another opportunity. Gerardo. Shoretire. A good pass. Hugo holds the ball up. And again, nice 1-2. Here's Hugo again. And he wins a corner. Good play. Good play by the youngsters. Excellent. Good build-up play. Good first touches. Got to remember as well, not only has it been one full year of Erik ten Hag working with the first team, one of the big stories when he just came in last year was that he was really taking over a lot of the academy stuff as well. He wanted there to be a lot more synergy. Ball in. He wanted there to be more synergy between the first team, between the under-23s, the under-18s. He wanted just a big overhaul of how streamlined that sort of youth process was at United. So not only has it been a year of Ten Hag overseeing the men's team, the first team, but also as well him really overseeing all the different levels at United too. Luke Ayling brings the ball up the pitch for Leeds. But as I mentioned earlier on, when it comes to Leeds, it's not as if they don't have senior players on the pitch. They absolutely do. But it's United who are looking a bit more dangerous, to be honest. Oh, they're into the box here. And the ball's cleared by Bennett. Oh, they take a shot! Oh, I thought it went in. Side netting. It's a great shot. It's by Gray from Leeds. Take a look at this. Good build-up play by Leeds. Dan James works into the box. He puts the ball in. Bennett clears it. Comes out to Gray, and he just takes it. Look at that. Whoa. That is an unbelievable shot. Look at that. He levers it. Again, hits the side netting. But he absolutely smashes it. I must say, I do love a good pre-season superlative strike. That's where Andreas Pereira used to really shine, wasn't it? The pre-season strike from Andreas was always sensational. Good pass through the middle by Leeds there. And another one. Is he onside? Kovar, is he going to go around the goalkeeper? Offside. And he kept it off the line anyway. Held the line well, did Manchester United there. Offside. Miles off. Miles off. I mean, to be honest, United's line's all over the place there. It's hardly flat at all. But he was offside. Is Savage. The auxiliary 6. Bennett, oof, I tell you what, he's put Kovar under pressure there. Wow, well done. Does well. That's a heavy touch by Savage. Suffers from Brockfurt. Fish. I must say I've been a bit impressed by the youngsters this half. Not to say that I'm not sure if I see any of these people on the pitch right now breaking in to the United first team. The only one you would say would be Kovar, not necessarily to play as the regular keeper, but I think as a number 2 option that can develop over time. I think he's absolutely there. But I appreciate the energy. There's certainly potential. It's Savage again. Goes for a switch out wide. Gerardo. And they, to be fair, these players would have played with each other several times in academy games. So it's not as if they don't have familiarity with each other. That's a throw into United. There's the gaffer. Erik ten Hag. Short here. Oh, nice flick. Well done. Can Brandon Williams keep it in? Nah, it's gone out. Just went out of play. It was a nice little flick, though, by Shoretire. And it just went out. But we're into the 78th minute. United 1-0 up. Goal from Emeran. Here's Patrick Bamford. Dan James. Obviously, we know his pace. Here comes Dan James. Cuts inside. Goes past Bennett. Takes a shot. And it's miles over the bar. Dan James has had such a strange sort of post-United career, wasn't it? Obviously, Leeds wanted him for years. They nearly signed him when he played in the Championship, and he even had pictures taken and all that kind of stuff, and it fell through. Eventually, he signed for United. The staple under the Ollie years. And Leeds buy him, and then the next season, he's out on loan at Fulham. But now he's back with Leeds in the Championship. The Devil's Advocate says, as King Kenny would say, I thought they were poor. I thought they were poor, lad. Poor, poor, poor. Leeds again, takes a shot. Gelhardt, miles over the bar. That's one that I do have to add to the soundboard, isn't it? I've got to find Kenny saying, poor. I thought he were poor. I thought he were poor, lads. 11 minutes remain, and I doubt there'll be any stoppage time because the referee didn't really add any on. Savage, oof, which was a bit of a hospital pass there to Bennett. Savage again. Shortire. Here's Dan Gore. Travels with the ball a bit. Amaran. Not the best pass. Shortire. And Kovar has the ball at his feet now once again. Well, I must say, I did have a bit of some concerns when we saw, obviously, the 11 changes, which we expected. But when Leeds had some more senior players on the pitch, I thought, well, maybe we're going to have a bit, maybe it's going to be a bit difficult for us in this half. But United have done well so far. Here's Amaran again. Passed it through. Oh, it's through! Hugo, 2-0! 2-0! Oh, flag's up. Oh, he did the celebration. Oh, they've given it. 2-0. Wow. Very strange. 2-0, Hugo. Great finish. Apparently the flag went up and then it went down. That's why I thought it was offside. Let's have a look at this again. Hugo. Yeah, he's onside. Why was the guy on commentary went, the flag was up? Flag never went up. Flag never went up at all. What's the commentator saying? He went, oh, the flag's up. Replay, no flag up. 2-0, good finish. Stays onside. Puts it in the back for that. And I did mention that in the first half, didn't I? Just the difference of having just a striker on the pitch. Striker on the pitch. Their job is to put the ball in the back of the net. They've got a replay of the Leeds goalkeeper go, what the... Well done for Joe Hugo. 2-0 to United. I thought when I was going to see the replay, I was going to see the linesman, oh, he put the flag up. That's why the commentator was confused. No flag. Just decided to go, no, it was offside. But I think there is an argument to be said. If Anthony Martial isn't available for next week's pre-season fixture against Lyon and Edinburgh, when you're starting in the first half with that stronger side, play Hugo up front. Play him up front because there's just so you can play with an actual striker. You know, have Ahmad on the right and have Sancho on the left or whatever you want to do. But then you've got that focal point up front. Amaran does well there. Ball into the box. Oh, headed away. Amaran with a goal and assist. Lilio says, for F's sake, Owen, this can't be the standard. Well, the standard in terms of having a striker is nothing at the moment. We don't have a striker. we don't. Martial's not available, and he can't play full matches. So, next week, Edinburgh, put him up front. Just so we've got someone, because I don't want to see more Jadon Sancho playing false nine doesn't do him any favours at all, because he had an indifferent first half, didn't he? Because he's not used to playing false nine. Hugo again. Ooh. What's as Hugo nearly equaled Berghorst's goal tally in just a few in one half of football. Difficult for him. Here's Amaran again. Hansen. Oh, chipped the ball in. Ricocheted there. Charlie Savage wins the ball back. Here's Gore. Gore! Bennett. Well played. Shortire lays it off to Hansen. Gives it back to Shortire. I tell you what, United play some alright stuff in this half as well. Savage. Gore. Gives it to Fish. Fish goes past the player. Does him up like a kipper. The thing is with Fish as well, is it's about opportunity. You never know what can happen. You just need to be in the right place, right time. Place. Oh, what's he on a trout? Good pass by Fish as well. Here's Gerardo. Emeran, good touch as well. Goes past the player. Keep going, Emeran. Oh, unlucky. Shoretire. Oh. Emeran looks tidy, doesn't he? Goes past a couple of players. A bit unlucky. He's got a goal and an assist. But we're in the 86th minute. 2-0 to Manchester United. Goals from Emeran and Hugo. The academy players doing the job in the second half. You'll love to see it. Fish loves to see it. And I don't mean C-S-E-E. I mean C-E-A. Fish. So, you know. Corner for Leeds. Ball in. Goes behind again. That's a goal kick for Manchester United. I wonder if Fish is related to the former chief executive of Manchester United. David Gill. Or as KG would say, David Gill. David Gill. To be fair, I've had it enough. Doesn't really work. I've had it enough of this pun stuff. Oh. I can't help myself. He's given offside for that. He wasn't even offside. Suleiman says, Owen, please stop. Yeah. Dirty says, can't kelp himself. Oh, there's a time and a place. Reel it in. Oh. Red Baron with a super chat says, Al Gore. Gore. Josh says, watched your whole stream. You're very Goldbridgey. And don't know if is that a positive or a negative. I'll take it as a compliment, I suppose. I'm nobody else. I'm just me. Just me. As Dirty says, the comments are getting pissed. They're all taking the bait. Throw into Manchester United. As I mentioned, all of the pre-season games and fixtures will be here. We'll be here in... I don't know. We're still trying to find a good name. That's a foul for United. We'll be here, though, at all times of the morning. 1:30, 3:30 a.m. All that stuff will be here. I'll be here anyway. Messy Move says, people being shellfish. Press like. This is why I love the UV community. What was the one... I think it was the Ten Hag thing when he said about looking a cow in the arse. Is that what he said? And then I did a press conference thing, and for 45 minutes, the community just kept coming with these puns. Like, they were literally cow puns for 45 minutes, and they were the best. They were incredible. And I love it. People can say, like, sarcasm puns, the lowest form of wit or whatever. I think they're great. Punninka Studios, Punn. Love it, Chris. Punninka. Punninka Studios. Oh. Bennett passes out. Good touch. Gore. Shortere. Good touch. Here comes Harado in the middle of the pitch. The inverted fullback. Emeran again. He looks lively. Is he going to get onto his right foot? No, wins a corner. Emeran looks good in the second half. This might be the last kick of the game. Who's going to take it? Juan says, man of the match. We'll talk about that after the game because I will be live for sort of 5 or 10 minutes afterwards. Emeran, ball in. Back post. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, he's missed again. Missed the open goal. Oh, I thought that was going to be 3. And there you go. It ends. Full-time Manchester United kick off their pre-season fixtures with a victory. 2-0 over Leeds. 2 second-half goals from the academy, from the kids, from Emeran and Joe Hugel on the team on the team sheet and the goal sheet, the score sheet for Manchester United today. But there you go. Again, the academy players shining through today. Let me know your thoughts about that in the live chat. Who's your man of the match? Get all your comments in as well. As I mentioned, we're going to stay for the next sort of 10 minutes or so, just rounding up, getting your thoughts in. As I said, man of the match, people you thought did perform well, didn't perform well, etc., etc. But the first game of pre-season is a victory for Manchester United in Oslo. As I mentioned, we're going to have another match next week, same day, different kickoff time. It's going to be 2 o'clock in Edinburgh. We're going to be facing off against Lyon. Hopefully, we get another victory, and hopefully, we see more players, because by that point, more players will be back by that point. As I mentioned, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Be sure to click the like button. I have noticed the subscribers going up in throughout this game as well. So, Megapint says almost 3-0. Indeed, it was. Ahmad says, Emeran should get loaned to Dortmund or RB Leipzig for a couple of years. I tell you what as well, I thought he was excellent in the second half. There's a couple of these players were really, really impressive, weren't they? I thought that front three, actually, that's what's really interesting, isn't it? The first half, we were talking about how impressive the midfield three was. Kobbie Mainoo, Hannibal, Mason Mount, energy, won the ball back, passed the ball forward really well. I thought in that second half, that front three of Hugel, Emeran and Shortere actually showed energy. They were direct. Just the difference, even if it's an academy player like Hugel, someone that just is a striker, number 9, knows how to play the position, makes the right runs, knows how to hold the ball up. Just the difference that can make. I know that people criticising Jadon Sancho, saying, oh, Sancho's dead, he's rubbish, he looks off of it. He didn't have the best game, in fairness, but he was playing as a false 9. That really isn't his position. I think he would have been, had he been on the left-hand side in the game, or the right-hand side, I think he would have probably been a bit more effective. But I would say, I mentioned this in the second half, I would say, actually, you know what? That starting game, that starting lineup against Lyon and Edinburgh next week, obviously you're probably going to have a much stronger starting 11 than we did today. You could argue that maybe Fernandes won't start. Maybe by that point, Luke Shaw will come back in. Maybe Dallo might come in for Wan-Bissaka, although Wan-Bissaka might start. Maybe in terms of the midfield options, Casemiro might be back by that point, etc. But if you don't have the striker, which we won't have, I don't think Anthony Martial is going to play a part next. I don't think Martial is going to play a part next week. Why not start Hugel up front? Have a striker so your players can get used to playing with a striker, because you're going to get one, right? Rasmus Højlund, and give him an opportunity. See what happens. Because I think he looked lively in the second half. I thought he looked good. As far as an overall man of the match, it's very difficult to say, isn't it? I think you're going to have to give a man of the match for both halves. So let me know in the chat, actually. That's probably the fairer way to do it. Who is your man of the match from the first half, and who is your man of the match from the second half? In terms of a man of the match from the first half, it's a difficult one, actually. Because, again, I thought the midfield was really good. There's an argument you could have given it to Kobe Mainu in the first half. I thought he looked really tidy on the ball. I thought his footwork was good. I thought he was pretty press resistant. A couple of errors here and there. You're not going to be perfect. But I thought he did well. I thought Hannibal was really impressive actually in the first half too. Again, I thought his tenacity, his desire to win the ball back, the fact that he got the only booking in the game is a joke. I mean, actually, it really is. He just decided, the ref, I'm going to book Hannibal. Why? Because I'm going to book Hannibal in the first half. But I thought he did well. So I'd probably, I'd maybe just give it to Hannibal. I'd maybe just give it to Hannibal for the first half one. Second half one, I think you're going to have to give it to Emran. I thought he was excellent. I thought him and Hugel played really well, but Emran got that first goal. He got an assist as well. And towards the end of the half, what you did notice towards the end, actually, he started to look really comfortable on that right-hand side for Man United. Cutting in, looks got a bit of pace to him. Maybe he needs to improve on his first touch, but I thought he looked lively. There are a couple of young players there that they're not going to break into the United side this season or anything like that. Particularly those players that were there in the second half. But some, you could argue, definitely have a future. I think also, let's talk about this guy in goal, Kovar, because whilst he didn't really have saves to make in the second half, I thought he looked fairly comfortable on the ball. And at a time that we're talking about goalkeepers so much, Andre Onana seemingly is going to be, we're going to get a here we go anytime soon, or any day soon, hopefully. Lots of people have been saying in these morning shows when we've been talking about Suzuki or Henderson or whoever that number 2 goalkeeper is going to be, assuming that Tom Heaton is going to be the third choice. Some people have been saying, oh, Kovar had a really successful loan spell last season. Why can't he come in, and why can't he be that number 2 that eventually develops? And again, he didn't have big saves to make in that second half or anything like that, so it's difficult to judge how well he would maybe adapt, but there's definitely something there. There's definitely something there about that goalkeeper, and again, I thought he did well in that second half. I actually do want to shout out the centre backs too, Bennett and Fish. As I mentioned, Fitch was out on loan with Hibernian. It was confirmed today, actually, that I think he's going back out on loan to Hibernian next season. And I thought he did very well. The two centre-backs, really, it's not as if they were going up against, someone that hasn't played first-team football in the second half. They went up against Patrick Bamford, who I know he's had his injury problems, but a couple of seasons ago in the Premier League, he was scoring goals for fun, and people were raving about Patrick Bamford. And I thought they handled him actually really well. I thought Fish and Bennett looked really comfortable on the ball. Again, handled him with relative ease, and I think they should be quite proud of themselves too, because they're not going to break in front of Lisandro Martinez, Rafael Varane, Victor Lindelof, even Maguire while he's still at the club. Luke Shaw's still an option from centre back, so they're not going to play anytime soon. But I think they gave a good account of themselves as well. In terms of the midfield, well, it's not really even worth having Charlie Savage here, because basically, if you want to do it, most of the time he was here, wasn't he? And then Williams was up like that. Some of the time, it really was that deep at points, wasn't it? And then Savage would sort of come in and go there. But I think Savage did okay. I mean, I know he was out on loan with Forest Green Rovers, wasn't he, last season? And I think he probably needs another loan for his development. I actually wouldn't be surprised if he went the same way as Zidane Iqbal, eventually gets sold, have a bit of a buyback clause or a sell-on clause or something like that. But it really was these two here. Again, Emeran and Hugel in the second half that impressed the most. Probably would give that man of the match in the second half to Emeran. But I do think that there is an argument to be made next week to say that if we don't have that striker ready, put Hugel through the middle, just so we've got a body there that's used to playing there. There's no point playing Jadon Sancho as a false 9 if he's never going to play there throughout the season or anything like that. That's what we need to do. So I think he deserves credit. And when it comes to the first half, those senior players that played, would you say that the youngsters showed them up? It's difficult to say in pre-season, isn't it? It's very difficult to say. You could argue maybe, Varane looked a bit sort of rusty, looked sometimes a bit uncomfortable on the ball. Martinez looked like Leacher. He was back. Again, the rest did well. It just the difference between the second half and the first half really is first half we just had nothing clinical at all. There was a couple of threats here and there, but no real end product. Ahmad looked decent cutting in, but you had Sancho up front that just didn't really look that much of a threat. He had Forsum playing on the left-hand side, and I did feel that he kind of struggled to get into the game a little bit, actually, on that left-hand side in the first half. But second half, if you were going to start youngsters again against Leon, and I don't think he will, because, again, we'll have players back by that point, so you'll probably have like a Rashford or something like that, most likely will start. So I don't think your Emerans will probably start. But I think there's certainly a reason for them to get minutes in these games. Whether or not they'll go on tour, again, that's another thing to be said. But a couple of these players will. I think Hugo will go on tour because, again, I think he should. Given the sheer lack of strikers that we have, I think it's really important to take recognised number 9s on the tour. So I think he'll go to America. I'd like to see Emeran go on the tour too. And, again, a couple of these other players I'm not sure will go. I mean, again, Charlie Savage might go out on loan, but they'll need bodies. So it's going to be really interesting to see what squad they do announce for that tour. Again, I'm not sure when they actually announce officially what the squad is going to be on the tour. But again, I'd like to see Kovar go out there again. And I think he probably will, considering the goalkeeper situation. You'd think it's unlikely that Dean Henderson will go out with the tour squad, because by that point maybe he would have been already sold or very deep in the process to being sold to Nottingham Forest. So maybe the keepers that go out on the tour. And I know there were other goalkeepers involved today. There was Bishop and Heaton. Of course, Heaton played the first half, Kovar the second, and Bishop might go out on the tour with the keepers. But I think the keepers, if you were going to take 3 out, that would be Heaton, Kovar, and hopefully by that point Andre Onana. Maybe that's the 3 keepers that do go out, or maybe they take 4 in Bishop too. What else are you guys saying in the chat here? Vera says the academy is a dangerous one. So many ballers to believe in the time to believe. So many ballers, time to believe in the youth. There you go. I got there in the end eventually. What else are people saying here as well? Vicky says no one puts Varane in the corner, but almost the header. Again, I felt you looked just a little bit rusty in that first half, but I think he did okay, and he'll get better. The important thing is, I remember a year ago with Rafael Varane on that tour, is he didn't play the first couple of games, did he? Or he played. They had to manage his minutes, and there was talks, wasn't there, too, of when we were out on tour last year that he might have been 4th choice by that point because of the injury concerns. So it's about with him managing the minutes, not putting too much load on him in case he breaks down or anything like that, and he'll get there because he always does. He's the ghost, the wraith, the phantom. So there you go, guys. That was a really enjoyable first match view here for the pre-season fixtures. As mentioned, same time or same day next week, Wednesday. Kickoff will be 2 o'clock, Manchester United versus Leon, and then after that I'll be with you in the wee hours of the morning for all of the games on the pre-season tour of the United States. All of those fixtures you can see down there. We've got a couple afterwards as well, actually. Got Lens at home, Athletic Bilbao away in Dublin as well. So the first and hopefully first of many pre-season victories and pre-season friendly victories as well. So there you go. Be sure to smash the like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As I mentioned, we'll have plenty of content coming up in the next few minutes and hours. Flex and KG, they're in Norway, so be sure to check them out. I'm out of it. Have a good one. Peace.